And we're... Oh, wait. I love on shows when it's like a live taping and it goes, and we're out. When the end of a live stream.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Welcome to Me? With Kristen McWig?
No, Kristen McWig?
Kristen Wiig.
Oh, okay.
Make us her...
No, you told me about this. I have to write it down because I want to watch it.
About a woman with borderline personality disorder who is obsessed with Oprah and daytime television, etc. And she wins $86 million and dumps it all into having her own local access TV show about herself.
And it's
where she hires actors to play her and friends who've traumatized her and acted out. It's crazy. Trixie and Katya on Viceland. Yeah. It was so crazy. David made me watch
I've never heard it.
Joan Cusack. Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
Wes Bentley.
Great.
James Marsters.
Marsden?
Is that his name?
Marsden.
Oh, James Marsden.
Marsden.
I'm thinking of James Marsters, who's Spike from Buffy.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Sounds like you were scrambling your crispy R in there.
We don't do that anymore.
Krispy Kreme, crunchy graham crackers. She's really great. She's a great girl. She's great. Great.
It's
There's something really wrong with it.
It's something very dark side about it. Twisted up. It's Halloweeny.
There's a lot going on though right now. I won't elaborate on that.
Can I?
Are you joining the new socials? Are you on the Threads, honey? Are you on the Blue Sky? What is it?
I'm hardly on Twitter. I'm rarely on Instagram. I do fap to Tumblr every once in a while because I love this. I love gifs of people fucking and sucking.
A gif of a whoop?
Oh yeah, because it's sex is about motion. It's an action. You know what I mean? And it's about like rhythms, circadian rhythms.
I was into Tumblr when it was porn, and then when it stopped being porn, I really lost respect for them as a people.
Well, you're like, you go to the general store for some chocolate. They stop selling chocolate. You don't go to the store anymore.
But I bet Tumblr plays herself like the victim.
But Tumblr, she doesn't know who she is right now. She's like, yeah, we have porn, but this is like they have censored it. It's a whole mess.
But the thing about social media is when you give people something, later if you decide to monetize that thing they had for free, they're not going to like it.
No, they're not.
This Twitter thing where you get 600 tweets or something? You get to view 600 tweets?
Verified and unverified accounts and newly verified accounts all have limits of what they can look at. Leon Musk, get your fucking dick off my eyeballs. Do you know what I mean? Get your dick out of my eyeballs.
What a strange-looking person.
Ugly.
Very
raggedy.
strange-looking person.
Yeah, ugly.
You make Zuckerberg look like...
Don Juan.
Yeah, really.
And
I mean, it's not
is like...
exact. But do you know about them saying they're going to beat each other up?
Mama, that fight would be so faggoty
and so
sad. Like so just like
you got Elon who's like, well, actually, and then you have Zuckerberg who's like, I'm out here smoking meat.
Yeah, I got smoked meat and a fat ass.
Look, him and his like, I don't know, short chinos. You ever see that picture of him with a sunblock on his face?
I surely have. A jet skiing with a big fat jumper that shouldn't belong to him, by the way.
I mean, it's kind of a catch-22 because in America we both worship wealth and hate the very rich. So no matter what they did at their tax bracket, people are going to hate them.
Well,
no matter what they do.
They should. Because nobody should...
Unless you're Oprah. Oprah's the only one who gets away with being that rich and no one hates her.
Oh, I beg to differ on that.
Who else? Dolly, maybe?
Oh, Dolly's untouchable. But she's also not a billionaire.
Yeah, whereas Miss Oprah.
Miss Oprah is definitely in the B club. I mean, I don't know. Dolly's probably in the hundreds of millions or whatever. But anyways, it should be illegal. Doing what you need to do to get to that club is illegal.
Unethical.
Unethical, illegal, and shouldn't be allowed. But
I agree.
Anyways.
You and I make...
billions of dollars.
Not billions.
No.
You and I make enough that if they told me, hey, we're going to cure homelessness, but people who make the money you do, we need 30%.
Yeah.
I'd be like, take it, Mary.
Yeah, great. We should have done that 150 years ago.
But the truth is, these billionaires, they gave even 1%. They could, like, end world hunger.
But it's not, the thing is that they, unfortunately, they'd have to rearrange the whole system that allows them to be billionaires.
Well, that's why we should be basically socialists. I think there's a world where capitalism and socialism can exist together.
Hallelujah! Oh, well, I don't know about that. I mean, we can...
If there's an in-place... If it's basically graded on a curve, where the more money you make, the more you have to pick up the bill of society.
You should not be able to be... You should not be able to cheat and hoard wealth.
Yeah.
And you should also... There should be an income maximum, but there also needs to be some sense of solidarity built into the social fabric of the country. Otherwise, nobody's going to... want to help anybody.
Yeah.
Which is what we are now. It's like me and my family, and then fuck you. I have a shotgun. You know what I mean? If you try to fuck with my family and my family's blood money, we'll kill you. That's America.
I'm not joking. I think people fantasize about someone breaking into their home so they get to shoot someone with their gun. I'm dead serious.
100%.
When people say like,
They do.
come and take it, they're like, please give me a reason to shoot you.
Every night they have hot tea and they're in a rocking chair with a shotgun.
Every
right
night.
at the front door.
Yeah.
Waiting.
What's going on there?
I don't like guns. I don't want to hold them, touch them. I'm not curious about them. I don't care.
Yeah,
It's not for us.
I held them recently. My friend, and he has like probably 10 or 12 of them.
Your Uncle Escobar?
AR-15. No, my friend Eric. But he has like a collection. AR-15 rifles, like 50 caliber handguns.
My brother has guns.
Yeah, I held them. They're not. We should not be having those. We should not have those.
You're not Jesse Pinkman. You're not Walter White.
I'm not Ulysses S. Grant.
No.
That's the president.
Well,
that's
that's
the president.
true.
General E. Lee.
You're not in
I'm not
a
Napoleon
war-torn, like,
Bonaparte.
yeah, especially in America, we're not in a, I don't know, kill or be killed
It's not
scenario.
Zero Dark 30. I'm not like going in spider holes with the fucking with the Marines looking for Bin Laden. No, even that's on my computer these days. You know.
Well, you can't find Bin Laden anymore.
Why? Did he move?
Isn't he dead?
Oh no, he just like got a facelift.
You know when they found him in that spider hole that he had Kim K porn?
The diva. That's why she has. That's why she's.
If I found out that he was jerking off to me, I don't think I could ever present myself to a man again.
No. That's how you know you have universal appeal. That cements your
Crossing
like
language barriers.
Crossing over.
You're big in international market.
Yeah, it's like,
Porn.
I've been thinking a lot about porn.
Mm-hmm. Tell me.
And so it's strange to have a lot of people around me, like this one porn star who was a superstar ballet dancer is teaching me ballet a couple of days in my little gym at home. He's a fantastic dancer. It's sickening. And he does porn. And I've known this porn before I met him. And it's a strange thing for me to have jerked off to him several times and then meet him in real life and then discover he's a dancer and then take dance lessons from him. It's a complicated relationship socially because I was looking at him do a Grand Plie and I almost, my eyes went like cross-eyed.
You almost got sprung.
I almost got sprung and I had to like,
Exit.
I almost like took off for the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
Up the hill.
Uh-huh.
But
That's
porn
how I
is
feel
like,
about you and I went to that winter solstice thing outside Andrew's house. Remember, like 2 years ago? It was like you, me, and a bunch of porn people all putting like our intentions in the universe,
yeah, with the
which
moon.
was so crazy, and so
The moon.
crazy.
It's not the cocaine.
It-
It's the moon.
Very. Sometimes we don't have to hope that celestial bodies make us a bad person. Sometimes we just have to
personal
look
behavior.
inward, you know, and. You shit that turd,
Blame it
and
on
you
the
ate
moon.
it. But likely, like that,
Mhm.
you know I love Chirac.
Yes.
I love Chirac, and I don't care. I know that's basic because so many people love him, but I like what I like. Don't yell at me.
I'm not. So
Like,
you're
he was
Brad
at this.
Pitt.
He was at this solstice thing,
Mm.
and I was just like, that's Chirac. He must look at me, and just from my eyes
I
and
mean,
from my demeanor,
like,
he must know.
An interesting mole
He
rat.
must know that I have excised the skin from my cock through friction
You rubbed it off to his. Yeah.
to him, and will continue to do so.
Mm.
I watch him fuck men in ways that I actually don't want to happen to me. Because these men are...
Brutalized.
It's Fight Club, honey. It's Fight Club. It's No Country for Old Men.
It's Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning.
I don't want to be slammed on a wall and choked and fucked in a way that hurts,
Where it breaks your pelvis.
but I want to watch that happen in a porn.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah.
I'm like that person who goes to a store and tries on outfits I'll never buy.
Yeah.
That's how I'm with porn.
You're
I'm
never
like,
gonna
what
get
if
married.
I like
Yeah.
this?
You're never gonna get married, but you'll go to David's bridal every once.
Try on dresses. And be like, we're doing a rush wedding because my boyfriend's being deployed.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a discount? Like, and I buy dresses, and then I'm opening my own David's bridal.
Oh, it's Scantina.
David without the apostrophe. David's bridal. David's bridal.
David's bridal. So the opposite, the guy that I was admiring, gets I wouldn't say fucked. I'd say he gets pummeled, jackhammered, fracked, human fracking going on, jet-fueled pistons drilling for oil in the Mariana Trench kind of fucking, like, deep sea,
And I'm just going to do, like, an impersonation, but this is what the sound is. Oh, fuck. It's like, it's pain.
It's
pain
beyond
driven.
that. It's the and it's pre-verbal. It's
And
so
then you're like, oh, they're gonna kiss. They're having a moment of intimacy. Opens his mouth, hawks a loogie down his throat, and calls his mother a fat cunt.
stuffs a bunch of rotten vegetables in there, and then tapes it shut.
Yes. You look down and you're like, oh, they're doing open heart surgery. No anesthesia.
Oh, this is PBS.
Yeah. Porn is amazing. It's really an interesting thing that we all, like, it exists in the world with us. It, like, parodies and fetishizes and inflates our own sexual desires.
Yeah.
It's funny that, like, you know, like on stage you play things big. In porn, I do think they play it big because if you watched people fuck, the way people really fuck, it's not that hot.
Especially if it's not lit well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was having sex with David the other day, my partner. Yeah. Wow. I was having sex with David, and
You ran away.
no, but I was doing this alone.
Like, hold on.
Yeah.
You blow him, but you put your bangs.
Yeah, I was like, you want me to talk? So, I took out my flipper.
Do you like put your hair behind yours when you're going down? Oh, no.
Yeah, well, I
That'd be so
have
funny.
a claw clip, and I just clip it to the skin.
And when it starts bleeding, you know you're done.
But there's a mirror in our bedroom, and I caught a glimpse of myself. And I don't like. I'm not one of those people who, like, when you're fucking and you're like staring at yourself in the mirror. That's American Psycho behavior.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, this feels so hot and sexy. We look not like porn. We look like humans having sex, which isn't as theatrical. No one's cheating out. No one's like. We're just.
My brother was in stayed over for 3 days, so I didn't jerk off because I had no privacy, and we don't jerk off together. I know that's unusual for brothers, but
Right.
But he's also a very like.
Well, he's not into girls.
He's not a guy that usually. No, listen, wait. He's like a very not devout, but say serious Buddhist, like a big time meditator, and so like.
Sounds uppity.
It does sound uppity. I made it sound uppity.
So, like, you know how people are Buddhists? He's like real.
It's actually down to earth because he's like, he would never describe himself as like whatever I just said. But he sits for like hours in meditation and goes on retreats, 90-day silent retreats. Crazy shit. But so like hardcore Buddhist practitioners, they work to get rid of what?
90 days of silence.
30 days of night, 90 days of silence.
Okay. Actually, how many days would you last of that 90? If it's like
so, I did
a
a weekend retreat for insight meditation. It's just 2 days, 8 hours of meditation altogether each day. When I tell you that I almost fired, that I almost got off of my cushion, went to the gun store, and came back and killed everybody there, and then myself. That's the level of tumultuousness in my brain when it was like. It was hard.
Yeah, my version of like a silent retreat is
they're sitting
in front of the TV with the Office at full volume.
And
that's still silent to me.
Drooling on yourself with like chips all around you. But so, anyways, but the point of it's one of the tenets of Buddhism is like life is suffering, and there's a way out of suffering, and suffering is caused by desire. So the monks that he goes and visits are celibate, and they don't jerk off.
They just nocturnal emissioning?
Perhaps, but they
have to be.
So it's like, so what's the real truth? He's like, they don't jerk off.
But who's verifying that?
Well, exactly.
The government?
No, no. They do the black light in the morning, and then they get caned if they don't.
No, they all have iPhones, and they have the government officials who are watching their iPhone cameras and telling them.
Yeah, they have
all guys in robes.
No, they have penis cameras. They have penis cock rings with the cameras on them.
Mary, what about the cock cage people? What about it? What about it?
I know.
Tell me all about it.
I'm going to tell you about it. So that is interesting because that's actually related. It's the denial of release in terms of building up desire. Is like a long form...
denial of release Richards.
Release I wouldn't be surprised if
We never saw Release Richards again.
But it's like, it's saying, you were, like, it's control, it's like a psychological, like, long-form, like, sex game. I'm more of a short-term sex game girl.
But I think it's the denial of the sex. It's the sex part. It's like the.
Also, it looks
it's
like
the like. It's the like. Are you gonna come home after work tonight? Because I can't touch. It's the yearning.
Yes, the yearning. It's the
But
pining.
also-
It's the can't. The withholding. The control.
But also, those can't be comfortable.
No, it's of
How am
course
I
they're
supposed
not.
to go for a run? How am
You
I supposed
can't. With a cage on your fucking dick.
That's what I'm saying.
You have the bird cage is on your fucking genitals.
The tunnel under Ocean Boulevard, bitch. Like, what are you? Did you know that there's a cock? Did you know that there's
a cock cage under?
Yeah. Did you know there's a cock cage under my Ocean Boulevard?
Well,
Well, so what if you have a cock cage on and then a butt plug in,
Mama's.
mouth guard, like
You're ready for rugby.
yeah, blackout contact lenses, microblading, and a ponytail
That's
glued to the top of your
Hellraiser, Mary,
head.
that's Hellraiser.
Cenobite. That's what I'm saying. These fuckers are skating around Cenobites.
Cenobites are walking among us.
Okay, it's a skate park. You know, skate park's like a swimming pool. The Cenobite is in the middle,
Okay.
and these people are circling.
They're circling
They're
the drain.
circling.
Yeah.
Because that Cenobite shit is all about like pain and pleasure,
Yeah.
absolute like hedonism.
Yeah.
These whores are on the. If you're out there and you wear a cock cage, what I want to know is, do you tell people? Do your friends know you're into that? Is it all
Can I
secret?
tell you something? So a friend of mine wore a cock cage for a time, an adult performer. Went to
Tapis
the
du
spa.
jour.
Went to the spa. I didn't particularly know this information because I do not fuck with this man in that way. And when we were all nudity is required, because it's the spa, he certainly did have a cock cage on. And my other friend certainly did have implants in his genitals. And I was the only one who felt like Polly fucking Anna, who didn't have like a fucking bone through my dick or like, any, you know what I mean? Or like a horse tail coming out of my ass. Like I was just like,
I just don't know if I could take the constriction, but I guess that's what they want.
It's, yeah, that's what it is.
That's what they want.
Yeah.
I would want like a something like a parakeet cage, something big,
Like
just so I have movement.
Oh my god, like a giant with a bird in it.
Oh,
You have to
definitely
dress
birds in
your
it.
dick up like a parrot.
There's 12 to 15 zebra finches.
Pecking at your weenie.
I want a bird to suck my cock.
You have to put a seed.
I'm gonna go to the pet store and say, "Do you have any birds that suck cock?"
So how can I train my parakeet to put seeds in my dick hole?
No, wait. How do I get a canary to put millet in my ass? Like, do you have a garden snake that can eat me out? You don't have
Those
to
ball
fuck pets.
pythons do. Oh, okay, enough. No, but the desire thing. So we talked about this at length. Is like, I was like, "Are you kidding? You can't jerk off." I was like, I couldn't believe it. I was incredulous. The monks and they were like, "Yeah, but it's not that it's like, it's not easy, but the whole point is that over the centuries of the traditions of Buddhism, they have learned that it's better."
Says who? Compared to what?
They, compared to always giving into desire, the wheel of desire, the suffering of desire, being pulled into the wheel over and over and over, restless, never satisfied. Like, getting off the wheel of suffering is the whole point of Buddhism. So, like, if you want to be enlightened or
Is that why
achieve...
sober people love it?
Love what?
Sober people love Buddhist shit, don't they?
I don't know that they do. I mean, a lot of, like, A's are Christian. Buddhism is a philosophy, not a religion. That's the thing. I mean, they have, like, religious, the temples and traditions, but, like, the philosophy, God, bitch. It's just all about how to be happy. Like, and not suffer.
90 days of silence. I can't wrap my head around it.
90.
I can't wrap my head around it.
90.
When I am, like, overstimulated from work, from drag, doing improv, whatever, talking like we do is very draining.
Yeah.
When I'm really depleted, I need, like, a day of just, not silence, like, I don't want to
Non-stimulation.
talk.
Yeah.
But I'm going to
Shut
listen
down.
to podcasts,
Okay.
listen to music,
Mhm.
go swimming. Like, I'm going to do things that make noise. Are they allowed to watch TV?
No.
So not only do they have to be silent,
No,
they
so-
can't do anything with noise.
No. So they'll hear a talk. They'll hear a talk, like, by a teacher. Sometimes they get to ask a question 101, but there's no conversation, and it's just...
Oh, so it's not like they have to sit in silence.
Oh, no.
I thought it was like no TV, no music, no nothing, like
Well, there's-
earplug, silence.
Oh, no, it's not like sensory deprivation.
Oh, okay.
No, but there's sitting meditation, walking meditation, there's chores, there's free time. There's a very, like, limited...
Is there like a Doritos meditation? Can I do that? Or I get the party bag and I goon.
You just goon. Yeah, you open the bag, put it on your dick, and let the birds
Yeah.
Yeah. But they one of the monasteries only have 1 meal a day. How about that? 1 meal
That
a
wouldn't
day.
work for me.
Well, you're only sitting. You're not burning.
Is
any
it like
calories.
pie may? Is it like fucking rice too?
It's
Or is it
whatever.
the real,
You have to
is
beg
it
for it.
balanced? Is it turned?
It's whatever.
You have to beg for it?
Yeah, you can't. The monks cannot prepare food for themselves or handle money. So it's whatever the people in the village decide to give them. It could be fucking spago, chipotle, or fucking gruel from the goulash lady. It's fierce.
I don't think Buddhism would be for me.
But you're getting there.
I know I look like that. That
I
fucking,
love the look though. Bald with orange robes.
I see him at the airport sometimes.
Fierce. Fierce. Hot.
Can I just ask a question about Amish people?
Amish people?
Yeah. I see him
I
at
am
the
an
airport.
expert.
I see him at the airport.
Are they hypocrites?
Not that, but like, if you can't drive a car,
How'd you get here?
why can you fly a Boeing 707?
They're pilots?
No, I don't think
Oh.
they're pilots, but they...
Imagine. The Amish is the
Are they allowed to fly on planes?
Well, they're not flying. They're just passengers.
They're running under the plane. They're hanging
They
from
have
it.
a wooden little boat that's being towed by the plane.
They're passengers.
They're passengers.
Can they ride in a car then?
I believe. I
I
don't
thought in
know.
Wisconsin we have Amish people, and I always see them. They usually use the road, but they ride down the side of the shoulder of the freeway, not the freeway, the shoulder of a highway in a wagon. So I always thought, oh, they don't have phones, they don't have. I actually am just earnestly very ignorant to that. Where are the lines?
I wish there was a way we could check, but we can't. So I guess we'll just have to stay ignorant.
Because I've also heard that, because in LA there's Orthodox Jewish people.
On Saturday,
And I've heard,
right?
on the weekends in this
Shabbat,
neighborhood,
right? No electricity.
they walk around, and I always see families walking because they can't do a lot of stuff.
They choose not
But-
to.
They can't touch it.
Well,
Can they use Alexa?
Well,
Is it just about touching? Where's the line? Where's the line? Can they use a crimper?
because they're wearing wigs. I mean, can they crimp their own
Can
hair,
you
or
pull
can they
out
crimp
that
the wig?
clit and crimp it? No.
Or can technically fly on commercial airlines.
Can't.
Says who?
Oh no! They choose. Their philosophy dictates that, or they, you know.
No, it feels like they were like, we don't care about cars. And then years later, they're like, fuck boats. And then planes came out, and
Like-
the Amish were like,
Okay, now.
I can fly. I'm gonna fly, right? Disneyland.
They're like boats, blimps,
Yes.
and Boeings. Yeah.
I'm so ignorant to so many religions, so that
Well-
many of these things I learn about them are one tiny piece of a massive puzzle, and it leaves you very, very, very curious.
Well, I'll sum it up for you real easy. The Christians are Catholics, fierce art collectors, the fiercest art collectors, and the worst pedophiles. Then you got your Muslims. They are. I don't know anything about Muslims. And then there's and then who else? The Judaism. Lovely.
Lovely gal.
Love to go shopping. They get a little crazy with the wolves in the summer, but by and large, keep to themselves.
The fabric shit is hard to
With
understand.
the costumes, Mama, it's pageantry. It's pageantry. Orange robes,
I just
cheese
don't-
wheel hats, white
Can I say,
gilded
like,
robes.
I just feel like life is so short, and I really don't get down with anything that restricts the way you dress.
It's
Let me live.
well, it's about like defining defining communities, and you know what I mean. It's like black belts in karate, signifiers. It's like
I was thinking about drag the other day for this reason. I was like, people have such an issue with like a man in a dress,
Mama.
but every piece of clothing is still fabric. What you're mad
you
about
seen the
is
Pope?
that's what I'm saying.
The Pope is RuPaul could never. The Pope's garment maker is a fag, Italian fag.
Yeah. Pamela Rowland.
No, this is true.
Oh.
He's a fierce fisting
Vince
fag.
Camuto. How do you know?
Instagram bitch. I swear to God, I'll show it to you. He makes the Pope's vestments, and they're absolutely stunning.
Gorgeous.
They're breathtaking, but they're gay as hell, and he's gay. But
If I was the Pope, I would want to be able to wear like a J. Crew t-shirt. Like, why does the robe make me religious to you?
because it's a huge responsibility. You're a figurehead. You know, they have the Pope's outfits are so fierce. The Prada,
But
Mark,
that's
it's
right
the
up there with
Prada.
people being like, 35 is a young presidential candidate. Why?
I don't know.
Compared to what? 80-year-olds? Yes, that's young.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, Michelle Wolf was making a joke about presidents, like, you have to be ugly. Every president's ugly. We had one hot president, and he was shot in the face.
Ooh, JFK? Poor thing.
Ooh, there ain't no other way.
Do you know about Jackie O on Twitter, on the internet? Eden,
Oh,
your friend,
my
told me
friend,
that
my employee.
your assistant
Yeah.
told me that on the internet.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
large groups of people
Yeah.
who are convinced that
Yeah.
Jackie
she's
Onassis is a
Troll?
a troll.
Yeah, she's trolling.
They say that like she's incredibly ugly.
No. So like, she's clapped, but she can wear an outfit. There's like the bit like it's these like young people going back and
but also,
discovering.
but also, like-
she was clapped, but she could rock that outfit.
But also like to feel better about yourself, you said, you know what? That bitch from 50 years ago who's dead,
yeah.
she was ugly.
She was toe up, but that pillbox ate.
By the way, she wasn't a model. She never claimed to be gorgeous.
No.
Why pick her?
The poor woman who had her husband's brains in her on a convertible, like
In front of the world.
the world, Mary.
Oh, God.
Ooh, there ain't no other way.
I don't like that.
How would you like to be assassinated if you had to be? Say you're the president.
Something really stylish, like, have you ever seen American Horror Story Coven?
Yeah.
Do you remember when,
Balenciaga.
no. Do you remember when Leslie Jordan and that woman who plays, the two people who are the Witches Council, Frances McConroy comes to
Frances
them
Conroy.
fiercely with a paralysis. They're like eating
Oh.
lunch and suddenly like, and they're like frozen, and she like scoops out their eyeballs and shit. That's what I want to happen to me.
Scooped out the eyeballs.
I wrote down some other things I have to tell you.
Okay. Oh yeah. So hey, listen. So the people, so our people on our team, managers and such, have been throwing around this tour word, the T word, which I call the T word.
I really resent that.
It's not a tour.
The agent,
They love
Michael
to-
Grinspan from UTA, United
Michael
Talent
Jonathan
Agency.
Joseph Grinspan
Lovely,
III.
lovely physique.
1317 Fillmore Avenue,
Yes.
Los Angeles.
Lovely physique, Jewish, gay,
Yeah.
love everything
Great
about
at
him.
the job.
But when he rolls out that T word on a phone call, the tour, I go,
T-O-U-R.
it's like he's taking a manila envelope and slicing me between the fingers.
And then
every
he's
time he
leaving
says
the
it.
room and getting bleach and salt, like the Terrifier 2, and he's pouring it on the wound.
We are going on the road to
On
do
the
Ball the
road.
Beautiful. And we're doing Weekend Warriors, what we call it in our industry. You fly out on a Friday,
Yeah.
you go to your show on Saturday, you go home Sunday.
A lovely duet. It's a 1-2. It's a double. It's like a his and hers. It's like a bing bang, but that's it.
Yeah.
They're duet.
I don't want to say never, because Goonies never say die, but like, the other day I was on the phone with our managers, and I said, I don't think you all hear me. I will never tour like I did last year ever again. I said the next time Conti and I go on tour, it will literally be like 20 days tops.
And it will be the funeral tour, and you will be airing my casket.
100%.
Yeah, open.
I can't do that again.
No,
My life fell apart last year.
Oh my God.
Just like contact with family, friends. Like I was delinquent on every type of tax paperwork, like
Right.
things you need to be home to open mail, shit like that.
I know.
Me getting checks that are expired that I have to cash and like shit like that. Just like never home.
Right.
Can't do that anymore.
No.
But if you want to see us, come see us because who knows? We could just stop.
Oh no. But anyway, this is like a 1-2. It's gonna be like refreshing, delightful spritzes, splashes.
And horny.
Oh, very horny, very horny, very hot and very steamy. But it's not going to be a marathon of like it's not a marathon sprinkler system. It's just a splash.
And you know, last year we toured a stage spectacular, and this year I want to set the expectation that these dates are us seated in chairs talking.
Mama, we're rolling up dry and making you wet.
Yeah,
You know?
putting on wigs, kind of,
Yeah.
and sitting and talking and then leaving.
And that's
There's no meet and greet. There's no lip syncing.
no.
It's actually not worth it.
No.
Maybe you shouldn't go.
If people love the truth, and we're going to give them the truth.
Yeah.
We're going to sit down and probably serve Hunty all the tea that the diva wants to do with her
And do it
boots.
fiercely. And do it fiercely. I know that for me, I'm going to be in the style of Pink, the singer, launching myself on a rubber band back and forth while the song So What plays. So you're going to be like, anyway, LA traffic. And I'm going to be like, na 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 na
And
na
you impersonate your fucking shoe hits me in the face and I go unconscious and we got a hit.
I'm addicted to these videos of her.
She is,
Like she's on the end of a piece of chewing gum and some faggot is just
it's so funny. It's like, you know, I understand, of course, like pushing the boundaries of spectacle and like how could you make this exciting and like, I just understand like art in a theatrical environment is you make very different choices and stuff. This is like, how can we take, it's like every element of live some
It's a little bit like Saw. I'm like, is she okay?
like who is she trying? Who is she prove? Like what is she trying to prove into whom in high school?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And just like that, Pink died. You know? Yeah, who is she proving this to?
It seems like I have a really like
I think she has a
she
amazing voice.
She does have talent, but the way that she's just the display, the execution feels she's
Comedic. It feels
comedically try hard.
It feels like Valerie Cherishes would do this.
Yeah, she's like, okay,
I wish
I'm gonna
Lana would
sing.
do this.
Are you kidding? Lana is the
wish.
antidote. Lana's the
I
antidote.
wish Lana would do this. She was starting to blue jeans, white shirt, shot it up a cannon.
To New York.
Honey.
LA to New York.
And she lands on one of those Velcro walls.
Did you know there's just a bungee cord that goes to New York?
Did you know there's a bungee cord to Dumbo?
I mean, like, summertime, woo! Like, I mean, it would just be... No, Lana is Pink's antidote. You go to a Pink concert, too much stimulation, too much activity, too much risk
By the
of
way,
death.
I keep seeing her doing that during this song. Na 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 na, which is a very almost
Horrible.
the Wiggles
I hate
style
that
song.
Yeah, I hate all
It's
her
a Baby
music.
Shark.
Kind of. Yeah, it's like, it's Muzak. It's Muzak.
It's not my favorite Pink song.
It's Muzak.
Do you have a favorite Pink song?
I don't,
I
because
have a-
I loathe her music. But
I
that's a
love
harsh
Don't Let Me
word.
Get Me.
I don't,
Don't
she's
let
not for
me
me.
get me. I love Family Portrait. That song Try on season 7. One of the lip syncs we didn't use was Try.
Is that what is
Gotta
that?
get up and try.
Try what? Try getting shot out of a cannon?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
Also, I don't like it when people sing songs explicitly about sobriety. Go just like use a metaphor.
It's not about that. I
Use a
think it's
metaphor.
about
Why do I feel so sober? Like she literally says like that.
No, I think she's singing about like in relationships.
I used to smoke crack, and now I don't. Like that's her
Well, I
level
think
of.
she was originally Christian music too, wasn't she?
Most girls want a man with the bling bling. I just want a man with the ding ding. I just want real love. You
I
don't
don't
know
remember
that?
that at all.
Oh yeah, she came out hard as Blue Cantrell.
It gives you the baby.
Congratulations, you're a mother now.
We
Yeah.
get all these little pop. I mean, granted, poor I think BB Rexa. She got hit in the face with an iPhone.
I hate that.
Horrible.
Also, that's all. The stage is not. The stage is a sacred kind of like safe space for the artists and their entourage, their band.
You are allowed to watch.
You have to purchase the ability to be a spectator. You're not
But
involved.
that's where your participation
You're not
ends.
involved. You're
The
not.
guy who threw the phone at BB Rexa said in an interview, I did it because I thought it would be funny. Which I love that he didn't try to like, it slipped out of my hand. Because, you know,
Oh,
some,
right, yeah.
By the way,
It slipped.
if it's a guy in the front of a BB Rexa concert, it's a faggot.
Yeah.
And I expected that faggot to be like, I was just trying to get her to like, get me her Snapchat. He was like, I thought it'd be funny. At least he's being honest. By the way, there was no world where that was going to be funny.
And also, what's the end game there? You lost your phone, dickhead.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe he thought she'd be like, oh, you, and like
Yeah.
throw her phone at him.
And then
I don't
get
know.
on the phone and call his mom, and then have a huge. I don't know. It's
I don't
crazy.
know.
I also don't like the name Pink.
Somebody gave Pink,
The
there was
name-
a clip of her where she's like, are these your mom's ashes? Someone threw their mom's ashes at Pink.
on the stage, like in a bra. You know how they just throw bras and panties on stage?
They wrapped it in the bra.
Like
it was skin.
it was lined with the ashes of their dead mom.
Yeah. It was
An urn of ashes. Imagine if you were knocked unconscious by somebody throwing an urn.
Yiddies.
An urn of their mother's ashes.
Girl, I'm
Yours.
gonna empty out one of my marijuana ashtrays into a pair of whitey tighties and shoot it out of a t-shirt gun right in the face.
Na,
of
na, na,
someone.
na, na,
Na, na,
na.
na, na, na. We're all gonna start a fight and then launches
Oh, and
and
the-
flips.
So this is like Cirque du Soleil doesn't even do this because she performs in stadium. The Cirque is in a tent or in the round, right? They do bungee stuff, all kinds of trapeze, whatever. She is on these fucking rigs that are rotating and flipping, going from like football field distances. Well, why?
How much does it cost a night, I bet?
Oh,
Okay, when we were
my
on
God.
tour, your lift, which was straight up and down
Straight up and
once,
down.
it cost about $2,500 per show for us to do that.
It
I
was-
remember because I was like,
You're in the
Is it
meeting and I'm
worth
like,
it?
so this
Okay.
is a stupid gag that's going to be very expensive. Also, a dedicated person traveling with us, that's his main responsibility. He did many other things, but like, you know.
you're paying someone not just their salary, but their living costs
Yeah.
for them to fly up.
Of course,
that's
he
just doing
yeah.
this.
Of course, he was bored because he wants to do what Pink is doing.
But
But like,
him jumping around backstage.
yeah, and jerking off.
Yeah. But for that fly situation, that must be multiple people, multiple safety
It's also
checks.
it's also like it's all automated mechanical computer. You know what I mean? We were like pulleys in the tugboat system, like sandbags and like rick-rack and
Yeah.
you know like.
Well, I remember they had to offset your weight, and I remember them wheeling an F-150 into the venue every night.
All those trucks are on cinder blocks. They stack them.
I remember everyone who was on the tour had like a giant rope, and we were all like, heave! And we're all breaking blood vessels in our eyes so you could get this far off the
like
ground.
the Ottoman Empire.
Girl, yes.
Elephants.
Oh, no, the whole team is on like Pelotons, hooked up to a rope, just trying to get you this far off the floor. And it was such a miracle that you got this far off the floor. People were crying.
And then halfway through the tour, it's like, you gotta stop eating dinner.
You know what it reminded me of? The end of The Whale. When Brendan Fraser dies, he
It goes to
levitates off the
heaven?
ground.
Oh my God, that's the
Very-
ultimate dream of fat people, of course.
Have you still not seen The Whale?
I can't.
There's
I've
nothing
done
funny
enough
about
self-harm.
There's nothing funny about him
Done
being
enough
fat.
self-harm.
There's nothing funny about fatness, right?
No.
But there's something really funny about the way that movie presents it. Because at the end, he
grotesque.
walks to his daughter. His daughter's like, whatever, fuck you, you're not a good dad to me anyways, faggot, right? Like, and
Sadie's thing.
Sadie,
Work it
yes,
out.
if Sadie's like, whatever, faggot.
Faggot.
Yeah.
My dad's a faggot.
And the
He's
whole
fat.
movie, he's like, just, if you're gonna, please write. I want you to write something. Because he
I
wants to
know.
read his daughter's writing.
Yeah. Blah, blah,
Gay people can be
blah.
so boring.
Blah, blah,
You know?
blah. Yeah.
Any other gay guy, if you were on death store, you'd be like, we're gonna fire Island, bitch.
Yeah, you're gonna squirt G up my asshole with your mouth, bitch.
100%.
Yeah.
Sky vodka tampon up
In
the
but
ass.
yeah, if you
Golden
can
Girl.
find it, I'm sorry, I'm so fat. The whale.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He at the end is like, she's reading her letter to him or whatever, and he like stands up, and it's miraculous that he can stand because on death's door. He's walking her, and then he gets to her, and he dies, and they signify that by a light shining and his legs coming off the ground. That's the end of the movie.
Darren Aronofsky, I have your address, and I will be paying you a visit.
But then
and
he
I
got
will
an
be
Oscar.
slapping you.
But then he got an Oscar.
For what? Oh, Brendan Fraser?
Yes.
That whole farce? That's a whole farce. That's a whole farce. It's a classic Hollywood farce.
I would more believe it if they said, you know what, let's cut the shit. The
Yeah.
whale wasn't that great.
Cut the
but we
shit.
should have given you something for the mummy.
No.
So let's roll out the mummy.
Yeah. What they should have did was like, this whale flop, we're gonna forget about it, except Miss Hong Chow, because she eats in every role.
Every role.
We're gonna give her a nice little round of applause and forget the whale ever happened.
Yeah.
What we did.
Hong Chow.
Eats.
Eats.
A hot dog eating contest. She would. There's like uncontested champion.
Do you think she's fun? I think she's fun.
I bet she's wonderful.
Something
she can't
about
not
her
be.
makes me fantasize about being her friend.
She can't not be. If she, she's just so good in everything.
Everything. Hong Chow.
So I wanted to sing a song.
Okay.
Okay. I think I'm in love like Beyonce be with Jigga. Hold on. I love the way its magic stick makes my pussy quiver. Juices running like a river slowly down my kitty litter. Ooh, that magic stick tastes like candy. Melts in my mouth.
Is it the Beatles?
Yeah, it's actually what's her name? Aretha Franklin.
Oh.
You never heard that song, "The Meltdown" by Missy Elliott?
Mary. Speaking of the meltdown,
It's so what?
we had an event at Trixie Motel the other day, and it was the hottest 4th of July on American record. I don't know if you saw that.
No, it was.
This year was the hottest 4th of July in America ever
Wasn't that hot?
on record.
Okay.
I
In
guess.
Palm Springs.
Palm Springs. It was so hot. It was
And you were in drag?
assaulting. No, I wasn't in drag. I was like hanging out, serving drinks, whatever. So hot. It was so hot. And then I'm putting on sunblock. But it's so hot that the sweat is making the sunblock go in my
Yeah.
eyes. Burning eyes.
You're in the pool?
kept having to go to the bathroom and wash my eyes like a washing station in chemistry.
Now, who is doing all that? Why? Did we just stay indoors during the?
Well, it's a pool party, right? So you jump in the pool. It's instantly refreshing. If you have
Yeah.
if you have a leg in the pool and a drink, you're good. But I didn't want to swim with the guests because it felt unprofessional. So,
It
no.
is, yeah, the boundary.
but they were a drag show, and so there's also drag queens in like 100-degree heat.
soldiers
And at
of
the end,
art
no matter what their number is, they all jump in the pool
Of course.
because they're like, na 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 na. na. Right in the
It
pool.
launched into the pool. When I did hot yoga in Boston, it was like say 100 people in the class, like literally sardines, mat to mat to mat. You're sweating on everybody. The room starts out 90. It gets to, with the body heat, everything over 100. 90-minute vinyasa class. By the time you get to backbending at the end, I have switched bath towels. Switched. Yep. I've switched the towel because the first one could be wrung out and like could feed a whole family of 4. You know, a thirsty family. And then it's so, I would fantasize about, like, I'd be like, I would sell all my organs to jump in a pool right now. Yeah. It was the most horrible feeling.
Did I tell you about Kim Petras' album party?
Yeah.
I
It's
did,
like that.
on this pod.
It was in a Bikram yoga studio.
I DJ'd Kim Petras' like album release party for Release the Beast in New York the night after Solid Pink Disco.
Yeah. In a Bikram yoga studio.
It was a warehouse. 6,000 people probably. I walked out there and I went, oh no, it's gonna be a problem. By the end of my set, which was 90 minutes, thing about DJing, if you're hot, you're out there for hours.
Yeah.
The ends of my synthetic wig were dripping. I kept slipping on the floor going, did I spill the water? All sweat. Sweat under me on the ground.
Yeah.
But I was also feeling it, and I can't stop moving DJing no matter how hot it is. So I'm thrashing. My wig is spitting spit, like wet sweat. It was so sick. And when I got Kyle, my ex-boyfriend who works at Alcone in New York, he's a makeup artist.
Yeah.
He saw me after the show, and his face, he was like,
Horrified.
he's like, did you ever try that Stop the Sweat product I sent you? And I said,
Oh, I would have slapped him in the face right there.
I was
Stop the sweat.
Have
you ever read the Holy Bible?
I know. I felt like that is so moot. Like, what are you talking about?
It's insulting. Stop the sweat. Have you ever tried staring into the sun?
It did make me think that I want to get Botox again because it does help with sweating.
Not for me. Literally nothing. Like, I've had Botox everywhere.
But they always say, like, be careful.
no,
if you
I
get
know
Botox.
why. I know why. Sorry. For the sweating, it's a deeper injection.
Oh, really?
Yes. So, or it's either a more superficial or deeper injection because when you're going in the sweat glands, it's different than the muscle.
Okay.
So when you're paralyzing the muscle, maybe it's deeper than a superficial sweat gland. Yeah, that makes Lori Ottinger explain that to me.
Well, people have told me, like, oh, be careful, though, because the sweat happens somewhere else. So does everyone have, like, a dry face in a fucking swamp pussy?
I would love that because I just dipe it up.
Dipe up. Cap up.
Diped and cast at the gig dry.
Do you like Jackass movies?
I don't know. I think I've only seen the first one.
I remember this one where they had the big gentleman of the Jackass crew, I forget his name. They had him on a treadmill for like a long time, and they had a saran wrap diaper on him, and they had it hooked up to a hose so that the water could drip, and they filled a cup with sweat and someone drank it, like the sweat off his balls. Someone drank it and threw up. Debo drank it. How about her?
That's yoga class.
Yeah.
That's yoga class. When you're doing the
DragCon.
downward dog, and the sweat is not dripping, streaming like a river runs through it into your nose, up into your nose, and you're like, work that magic stick. Yeah. That's horrible.
You know what else happened? And I want to talk about this in a way that's hopefully revealing but not too exposing.
Mm-hmm.
One of our colleagues called me the other day and had a contract from a certain touring company and was telling me some of the details on it. Like, what do you think of this? Is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? It was so deeply below what's okay
Yeah.
that I had to be like, it's just crazy how many people are in our industry of drag just with profit off us, and they just don't care.
I will never forget when I changed agents, and I became aware of how of how low my negotiated fee was in the tour I was finishing. You know what I mean? So let's just say I usually make $5 a gig. And then I switched managers.
I thought we weren't going to say our real salaries.
Shut up. And then my new manager says, "Oh, you have $5 a gig? I actually could get you 500."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, I'll just go to my $5 gig tonight, knowing that I could have gotten 500, and there's nothing I can do about it."
When I moved to our management, I remember a distinct conversation because I was in the middle of a tour, and I remember them looking at my contract and going, "So, don't want to discourage you, but you're getting about
with the usual
half
tax
what
they
you
have.
should be getting,
Yeah.
and you have to finish all those dates because you did sign it."
Yeah.
I wish there was like a union or something because drag queens are not smart usually. They're not business savvy.
No.
And these faggots with checkbooks walk around being like, just sign it. And then you sign shit that you shouldn't be signing
I've done it.
And then these creature features are making major profits on our industry. I
Yeah.
just want every manager, agent, everyone, every TV. Drag is its own world.
Drag is
And
dangerous.
unless you have a wig on your head, you are a guest in our house,
Yeah.
bitch.
And there is sweat on the floor that you will slip on.
Yeah.
You'll break your hip, and I will not take you to the emergency room. I will make you my sex slave downstairs and go boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom.
What's that, the Mandalorian?
The Barbarian?
Yes,
The Mandalorian?
the Mandalorian.
No, it's crazy. I mean, it's shocking, but I get it because it would happen to me.
I know.
And you just don't know any better. Because
Now I was
there's
like,
no, like...
I wish everyone would call me, because I don't know everything.
But you know a lot.
I feel like the only way for me to avenge certain mistakes I've made in the past with how little is
Make sure
getting
they
paid
don't
is to make
happen
sure it doesn't
again.
happen to someone else.
Yeah, that's Batman.
You think?
That's Superman. That's crime fighting.
If you were
Drag
a
is
superhero,
dangerous.
if you were if you were a superhero, what would your like childhood traumatic event be? That would it be that colonial woman?
Pissed on in the schoolyard by everybody. Everybody pissed on me, including the teachers. Including the teachers.
I was fishing for something real.
Work that magic stick. Like imagine it.
Work this pussy. Work this pussy.
She's an
Have you ever-
international
Do you like
sensation.
getting peed on?
I got peed on yesterday.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't gross.
I think I'm about to do that.
Mama, it was in the shower.
I think I'm about to do it.
Yeah, it was like I was like, you gotta go pee. I was like, so do I. I was like, you know what? You're not gonna pee on me. And
In bed.
he peed and I got in the middle of it. I got in the middle of the road.
He was just trying to pee.
Yeah, he was.
And you were trying to make it about you.
And I did.
He
But
was,
then
by the way, the
peed.
story is he was in the bathroom with the door locked, peeing in the toilet.
I came through
And
the
you lowered
ceiling.
him through the suspended
Mission
ceiling.
Impossible.
Yes, mouth
Dun,
open.
dun, dun, dun,
Na,
dun,
na, 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 na. You launched into it. So what? I feel a rock
I'm
star.
a piss queen and I'm a drinking.
Yes, that's how Pink started.
Oh,
What if it was Pink?
Yellow.
Piss?
I'd be yellow. My stage name would just be yellow.
Yellow. Fuck. Yeah, I think I want pee on me.
Oh,
I think I want to pee on others.
It's fabulous, but you have to drink the water. You don't want no yellow. You don't want golden shower. You want that clear, no fear.
No, I want it to be like smart water when it comes out.
You want dehydrated orange,
High electrolytes.
just a couple of drops that dissolve.
No,
and
smart
expand.
water.
Oh,
You're thinking of like flavored. I'm thinking the bottle clipped water. Smart water with electrolytes.
oh, smart water. I'm thinking like
You're
the
thinking-
vitamin water.
Mary.
I was thinking purple. You
I'm
want
gonna
purple
piss
piss?
dragonberry. Yeah.
Well, there could be fierce.
The orange one is good.
I mean, they're all good, but not out of the dick hole.
No, when I'm hungover, orange Gatorade. It hits different. I'm talking about orange Gatorade, the citrusy one.
Nectar of the gods. The only thing Florida ever produced of, value.
Orange.
Well, now we got to wrap it up. Now that we talked about pissing purple out the dick hole.
If I pee or get peed on, I'm gonna tell you about it.
Oh, I hope you do. But I need you to do it like not
I'm
on
gonna
the
do it
rug.
outside.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to do it in a hot tub. I don't want to do it in the shower. I want it to trickle down my body and hit the ground, bitch. I don't want to do the fucking...
You want trickle down economics outside with the pee?
dirt on the face, run down the body, everywhere.
Oh my god. I've been pissed on in the face and in the mouth.
Yeah, I want to do all that. But I don't want to be like, anyway, then we just rinsed out the bathtub because we're cool.
Like, do you want to
No.
be like, we had to change the
I want to do
bassinet,
it to
move the
CVS
baby
in Hollywood. Honey.
Well, I have fantasies about peeing the bed. Like, letting it rip. Well,
There
like-
is part of your brain that's like, what if I just...
Because it's this would be so bad and terrible. It would involve
How do you
guilty
get piss
cleanup.
out of a Casper mattress?
You don't, that's the whole point.
That's the problem. The pee's in there forever.
That's pee.
I would like to take back something that I said on this podcast. I talked about douching, and I said, who's douching longer than 5 minutes?
5 minutes. Yeah, and the internet came at you, and with good reason.
Yeah, I think that I underestimated how long. Everybody's body's different. I think I also take longer than 5 minutes, but I mentally thought it was shorter.
Sure. Because you're probably more efficient at it. You're not in there laboring
Well, yeah,
for
and I'm
hours.
multitasking.
Yeah, you're on the
TurboTax.
phone. Yeah. TurboTax.
Yeah. TurboTax with that enema bulb up my ass. Let me crunch those numbers, baby.
Hold on.
Bye! Bye! Kind of fart noise at the end of the pod, you fucking bald bitch. Ugh, you did the most juvenile way too, like, I hate that. I hate that. Blowing ass! Blowing ass!
I'm obsessed with blowing ass.
Blowing ass.
Blowing ass is the funniest thing in the
I'm on
fucking world.
Ozempic,
She
blowing
was out there
ass.
on Hollywood Boulevard blowing ass in the lobby of the Directors Guild building blowing ass.
Blowing ass.
Fuck. at the Oscars red carpet, blowing
At
ass.
the Men in Music Business Conference, blowing ass.
And the bridge under Motion Boulevard.
What
blowing.
if Pink blows ass up on that? Na 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 na, and the shit just spirals, and the audience below
they're
is
gonna
like,
start a fight.
we're all gonna start a fight. But you know what though? The Pink audience is like, you know, geriatric millennials.
Mom, they're not even
They're
notice.
just happy to be involved.
They're just happy to be out. Yeah, for
They're,
a night.
you know, they're a jug deep on Carla Rossi.
Oh yeah, Carla Rossi Sangria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got a
She's
sitter.
still a rock
They have
star.
to sit her till 11. They're like, shit on me.
She is the Jimmy Buffett of female singers. Anyways, love her.
I would love that because you know I have a lot of costumes. Amy's coming here to take things in because welcome. We're talking about costumes.
We are talking about costumes on The Bald and the Beautiful today, fellas.
This
And
is-
women.
And women and theys.
And them.
Wait, but don't the queer people
Ladies
say
and
ladies
gentlemen.
and them? Wait,
Ladies and gentlemen.
ladies and gentlemen.
No, ladies and gentle them.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. No she shed, it's a basement.
I feel like Countess Luann in that clip saying like, keep serving cunt.
Oh my, wait. Did you know Philip Picardi? You do, that he is at the LGBT center.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so he was telling me he worked at Condé Nast with Anna Wintour. And one time there was an assistant who was non-binary and very androgynous.
Okay.
Using, you know, pronouns that Anna's of a different generation.
Well,
let's
it
say.
wasn't 2023 at the time either, right?
No, it was probably 2020 or 2018 or something. I don't
Okay.
know. It was early pronoun culture. It was so awkward. He said that she would be like, "Oh, hello, you." She could not get her head around it, which is hysterical to me. He said it was so awkward always. Not fears.
My fear of misgendering people is strong, but I have no issue just going out and saying. But you know what I will do, and I'm always right. I don't want to guess, because guessing leaves.
What, you check their genitals?
I'll lean in and I'll go. Say that. And they go, yes, thank you, and I'm like, got it.
You lean in and like a creeper?
I privately like check before I say like, you know, in the public sphere.
Okay.
Hey, her, they, him, she, they. Like,
Yeah.
I try to be like secretly discreet. Like later when I talk to you in front of the group, what are we doing?
What are we doing? What are
Yeah.
we doing in terms of pronouns here?
Because then I see
Here's
like,
the long and the short of it.
yeah. Hey, I noticed you have a short thing. To say that.
I've
Yeah.
seen a picture with you blue hair.
Yeah.
You know, wait, what I do is that if there's a group of people and I misgender somebody, and they correct me, I start crying.
Oh,
I
yeah.
pull my pants down and I piss and shit, so it just distracts from the mistake, because then I just have to clean that up.
Right. I was on a commercial shoot, and they were. It's a good thing that people are afraid of saying the wrong gender to you in drag. Now, for drag, I'm sort of like, you can like, I'll never say you used the wrong gender, but for straight people who don't know us, they are so afraid of misgendering. I'm in drag, and they're like, I would like you to know. It's like the straightest guy you've ever met. He's like, my name's Bronson, he, him, and I'm sort of like, so you read the handbook. You know what I mean? I'm always
Yeah.
like, so you watched the Zoom, the sort
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
harassment Zoom.
Corporate errands, gender.
Yeah, it's 901, so I'm just gonna get started.
Gender terminology is something we have to circle back on.
I think we gotta play a clip. We gotta play a
Wait,
clip.
let me
I'm
set it up.
sorry.
Let me set it up. Wait, hold on. We went on the road this weekend, and Trixie did something unprecedented. She changed my life.
Which is show you a meme you like.
No, listen, girl, I'm very skeptical of anything you want to share with me. I'll just be honest. This, I was like, corporate, I've never heard of it. And not only did I love it, I cannot stop looking at it. And I did what you did. I fell asleep watching it in my hand.
asleep
It was on my face.
watching it.
It was still playing, and I was like,
And do you know what it is? She plays corporate so well that I feel like it's a real meeting I can't leave. I'm
Oh.
like, oh, I better stay on camera. I better keep watching.
Guess what? I've shown people who are in that world, they don't laugh.
I think that makes it really good.
Because they don't know it's a joke.
A little bit before 9, but everybody's already here, so I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Corporate Erin. I'm the manager for the managerial logistics for Management McManagement. And for the purposes of today's meeting, why I put a 9 o'clock meeting on everyone's calendar this morning, thank you so much for being here, is kind of really just explaining my process. So, I am taking over social media for Lisa Beasley. She's on a sabbatical. She currently doesn't have the bandwidth, and we can definitely understand that even though we have our workload here, we can definitely understand when, you know, someone doesn't have the bandwidth, some of us have to pick up the slack.
By the way, that is me when I show up on the Trixie Cosmetics Slack once a week and I enter 2 sentences and leave.
Yeah. You're like, thanks for being here. I don't want to start.
But you know what else it is? Have you ever done a gig for a big brand, like a big brand, and it's a Zoom of 75 people, and they insist on going around introducing themselves? And I said, it's May 31st. Pride Month is over next month, and then you will all forget I existed. So let's just get through it.
Let's just
Shall
call a
we?
spade a spade.
Yeah.
I'm the spade. Y'all are nothing. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and like Zoom, it's so hard to remember names anyway. To remember names from Zoom.
Well, they have it right on the thing. Okay, but Mama, I was on a Zoom. My first corporate gig is coming up. I've never done brand deals because people don't. I'm too sexy. You know what I mean? I'm too sexy. They're going to sell out. They can't keep up the manufacturing, so they don't even approach me. It's fine. I've made my peace with it.
Another challenge is that you don't answer email.
Oh, well, no. I don't answer email because
You don't circle
there's
back, you don't close the loop.
I can't do that because I can't follow up. There's a lot of contention, a lot of tension for me not answering emails.
Average happy touch base, because we've been through this before.
Well, I was at a lunch and learn this morning. Like, wait.
Oh, what's a lunch and learn for a drag queen?
Mama.
Going to brunch and talking shit?
Lunch and learn, no, is when while the audience is eating lunch, they're learning that we're disgusting.
Lunch and learn, brunch and burn.
Brunch and burn, dinner and
which is when somebody's booked for an outdoor brunch during COVID in 90-degree weather. Remember when we went to see Fina and it was 90?
martyrdom.
And she had a caftan on with a mask on.
Mama, I was in a bandeau bikini top and shorty shorts, and I was
You
like
weren't even in the show. Yeah.
drenched, looking for shade. But wait. So I'm on this Zoom in corporate Erin. I've just spent the last 3 days watching every single one of her TikToks over and over. I'm not joking.
Right.
And I'm like, so when are we going to talk about the company bereavement policy? Oh, wow. Mom, dad, brother, sister, dead. Okay, wow. Way to bring the energy down on this call.
Right.
Just kidding. I want to bring levity to the situation.
Just so you know, this one-on-one touch base will go a little over.
Yeah,
we still have some key critical talking points. and you
Key
get through.
critical talking points.
Yeah.
Key critical talking points. I know.
Have you ever worked at a corporation?
Mama? Yes. No. But I have a friend in Boston, this despicable man, who works as a manager for McManagement at management.co. And he makes over $300,000 a year to
Wow.
circle back, follow through, and close the loop. And meetings about meetings, emails about emails, checking in, circling back, checking the data, aligning up the data, centering himself, centering his presence. It's so enraging because he's a white guy, right? Well-educated, grad degree in business bullshit. Mama,
Sorry.
he does nothing at work besides eat good food and walk from his office to another office.
Well, is it because when I started watching Erin corporate TikTok by Lisa Beasley, the artist is Lisa Beasley,
Mama,
by the way.
she is so fucking funny.
You have to watch the one where she's like, people are really triggered by my character, and so I want you guys to know I only do the character in a wig.
Yeah, but I put the wig on. That gets boring. But when I
Lisa
take it off,
Beasley, you have a. And by the way, she shaves her head. She is the bald and the beautiful.
Mama, she's bald. She's beautiful. She makes us look like stupid, ugly, unfunny dogs.
I saw one where people on the Zoom were commenting that her edges were lifting, and she was referring to a handbook about how to speak to employees about their hair.
Oh my God. What about EOJ?
And she's like, you keep saying my edges are lifting, and she's playing with her hair, and the wig edge is completely flapping. It's so weird.
EOD, end of December. Brian, one-on-one. Cunt.
Oh, with her husband?
No,
her husband,
Brian,
Jared.
yeah. When I lost my, I swallowed my wedding ring. Oh, my jewelry keeps falling out.
Yeah.
It's
crazy. If you can't, I've done a lot of Zooms in my life, especially with the TV stuff, like Trixie Motel and stuff. We do a lot of Zooms.
Do they close the loop and circle back and follow through and all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, for a while, David was on the More Than Me, but pre-production of season 2 of Trixie Motel, they were having standing Zooms every morning, like 7 a.m. And David would let me sleep in, thank God.
I mean, Tracy and I were on a call last night about this project with John Mark, and I had to say something, but I couldn't not use the language, and we almost had a meltdown. I was like, so why don't we jump on a call and circle back tomorrow? I was like, how do I say it regularly?
Why don't we put a pin in it and piggyback on it?
I'll ping you once you follow through, or no. Once we circle back, you ping me, and then we'll close the loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a gentleman who does a corporate boss who does like, good. Everybody see my screen? Oh, okay.
How about overserving the underserved rat community?
Well, that's the
nonprofit boss.
If you like corporate Erin, by the way, if you listen to Bald and Beautiful, trust us. Look these up. Corporate Erin is fierce.
nonprofit
boss
boss
is also fierce, and she does it for less money. But
it's the mission, and it's going for it, and it's the passion, and it's so funny. It's so funny.
it's really the nonprofit
I just
boss
feel
is fierce.
seen. I'm tears in my eyes because I feel just so seen right now.
And every time you enter the office, she's like taking a piece of dark chocolate and eating it for 20 minutes, the tiniest bite.
and then Erin has her twisted claw of
claw
love
of a- like
with a
this.
cardigan. Like, so yeah, thank you for talking. So our bereavement pause. Okay, we have to play the bereavement
I
pause.
know.
I mean, you have to do it. I'm sorry. The whole full minute.
It's really,
You have to.
you
You
might
have to.
you might have come to us before for original content, but now we
Mama,
just recap
We're
TikTok.
just a
So
dishwasher.
whatever.
We're just a dishwasher.
So I gotta find the clip. Roll the tape.
I know where it is. In the meantime, I'd love to say hi. As we approach the end of January, it's really time to consider, are you really going to make that beach body a reality? I don't think so. Stop going to the gym, eat lots of peanut butter, and don't be afraid to shit in your bed at night. I do it all the time, and guess what? I've got abs. Not on my body, all over my wall, pictures of people with abs. Thank you so much, and have a happy Easter.
Did you see the one where she recommends bumping up Black History Month? So crazy.
The portal. The portal.
Yeah, the portal.
The portal. Well, you know what's ingenious about it? When I realized when I watched it for the 13th, 14th, 15th time, she's actually highlighting other creators in such an ingenious way and using brand partnership deals. Funny because she was kicked off Facebook in such an ingenious way.
She was kicked off.
Mark Zuckerberg kicked her off of Meta.
For what?
For being too fierce, closing the loop too fast. I
Maybe
guess.
maybe because
No,
she does content
political.
that
Political.
Oh, well, you know,
Political.
a friend of ours, I won't say who, plays Betty Bowers, and she was explaining to me the ins and outs of like when you do content that incurs wrath, you have to be really careful online.
Yeah, when you run
Did you
afoul of
welcome
the Hollywood
harassment?
foreign press, they make you go.
Girl,
eat
I
their
can't
ass.
find it.
I can. I know. And I'm going to. I'm so sorry. You can
That's okay.
Edit this.
Hey, that's okay. We've had some great live pods recently, by the way. We just did Salt Lake City and Denver, had a blast. I gotta
Right.
say, I love California, and I love the warm winter, or I love the warm winters here. But
What
Salt
about
Lake
the
City-
altitude? What about
Salt
the
Lake City
altitude?
when it was snowing, those big fat pieces of snow.
It was
I loved
gorgeous.
it.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
And I know we sound stupid because y'all are months into snow, some of you, and you're like, fuck you faggots. But it made me kind of understand the magic. Without the magic, the shitty part of winter, spring means nothing in LA.
No,
When you live somewhere where the
nothing.
snow is
the
melting,
seasons mean
spring
nothing.
is off the chain. Everybody's out of their house. People are spending money.
Yeah.
In LA, it's like with no winter, with no way to meet her, it was almost nice to have winter months to get depressed every year.
Your whole family passed away this weekend? That was you on the news. Oh no. Mom, dad, sister, brother gone. Whoa, okay, so way to bring down the energy of this one-on-one. Okay, just kidding. I wanted to bring some levity to your day. It will take some time to explain the bereavement policy to you, but just keep in mind that this may cause our one-on-one to go over today because there still are some critical key talking points that I have to get through in our agenda.
Isn't that fierce?
Okay, so just really quickly, I wanted to run our bereavement policy by you now, okay? Okay. Okay, so mom
Constantly
and
the hair.
dad and immediate family, you get 1 day. Okay, for any aunts or uncles or cousins, you get a half a day. Okay, we don't acknowledge chosen family here, but we have ran into the
Nor should
policy
you.
where you get 5 minutes in the break room.
But if you work from home,
don't
you
get
need to
take
get advantage of that policy. Girl,
Okay?
all
Now,
I
the
do is
sooner
watch
in advance
her.
that you can put in
It's
these
so
days, the
sad.
better. Now, some people say, well, if it's unexpected, how can I put it in 36 months in advance if it's unexpected? Well, sometimes you can kind of anticipate these things, but in your case, unfortunately, we will still grant some of these days to you, but keep in mind, just because it's multiple family members doesn't mean that it runs consecutively. So you still just have 1 day.
It's fierce.
Okay, for the immediate family since they all passed away at once. Okay, so now if we can just get back to the talking points because we have some client deliverables that we have to get back
Client
to.
deliverables.
To
That's not even a
ensure that
joke.
they arrive timely. And Sarah, I do want to put some other things on your radar, okay? When you take your day, make sure that you pass along all of the information that you're supposed to pass along to your colleagues before you take your day. Also, be sure to put your out-of-office message up because there's nothing worse than when I try to email you and I think that you got it and I don't have it out of office and I'm expecting
That
to
actually
from you
gets
by
me
EOD,
heated.
okay? Now, if you do need anything from me before you take your day, keep in mind, keep me posted when that day is because I'm going to be out for 2 weeks. Jared booked us a vacation and I told him I did have some critical work here to do, but he already booked it. So we'll be out.
It's so fierce. Give it up for Lisa Beasley on TikTok. Go follow Lisa Beasley.
Lisa Bevolving, I think it's called.
Oh,
Lisa,
right.
Lisa.
If you
what's
go
her
to
at?
TikTok and you just look for Corporate Erin, she comes right up.
Yes.
And she does other characters. She does men.
Yes.
I mean, Erin's kind of the fucking bomb.
The
but
Queen one is hysterical. Mary, this woman is just.
She's amazing.
It's Lisa Bevolving.
Yeah, Lisa, we love you.
We love you.
We love you. I'm in drag. That's drag, honey.
She's on par with Simone Biles with me at this point.
Actually,
that's Simone Biles.
what's great about it is like when I started watching her TikToks, you know, I'm not a corporate person, I guess.
But you've been in that.
But I've been in that
yeah,
world.
yeah,
I've
yeah.
been on the
You have a lot of brand deals.
before Zooms, when I worked at Mac, I would be on the phone conferences where you'd sit on speakerphone for hours talking about products. And then, but now, like Zooms, like we have Zooms in our world in entertainment all the time about contracts and stuff.
I just never been to one.
But corporations like that? I started doing the deep dive of like, people have stitched Corporate Erin and said, this is why this corporate speak exists. And they talk about the culture of like, if you're young in the corporate world, the pressure is on to go out drinking, to become friends, to suck up, to basically beat match other people's speech patterns to make them think that you are like-minded, which is why everyone starts to talk the same. It's a really crazy world.
But also, here's the thing too, the timing, because so many people are just waiting for an email from this person and that person. You can't be too fast, but you can't be too slow.
Yeah.
Because if you're too fast, you're stressing everybody else, and you're setting a precedent that other people don't want. It's like, don't do all that, but also, I need that email. So it's like a really tenuous balance of timing.
Yeah.
It's fierce. It's gross. I
Well,
hate it.
I've definitely been fired a lot of times, and 2 of the times were for big corporations. And I didn't work at corporate, but I worked for corporations where, you know, the firing is very like, well,
HR.
in the handbook that you signed, you did
HR,
agree to blah, blah,
yeah.
blah, blah. And
I
so
was-
we
yeah.
are going to have to terminate
Yeah.
you.
So
Every
going-
time I've been
yeah.
terminated, they say it like, we are going to have to terminate
We're
you.
offboarding you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
very
made the
bad.
decision, the difficult decision to discontinue your employment.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of tension, a lot of contention.
But I'll tell you, I mean, I've fired people, and I've been fired so many times. When I've had to fire people, I've usually talked to you first. Don't try to make it nice. Just say, hey, it's not working. I'm going to let you go. This is what that looks like.
And if you can manage to do this with a degree of compassion and truth and honesty, don't sugarcoat it. Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Because that person is going to hold they're going to not learn about themselves, they're going to go into their next. They need to have accurate feedback so that they can process it and do better or whatever, or disagree or whatever. But they need to be able to have the right facts. Why did you let me go? Well, we've all decided that. And like, when you use that corporate speak, it's circuitous, it's vague, it's not precise, and it's not direct, and it's fucking despicable.
I've been removed from show lineups before. Show lineups.
A show lineup.
And between the client, the manager, and me,
Yeah. And the deliverable.
manager will say like, oh, they just went in a different direction. And I go, so what happened?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Either they got someone else, or I cost too much money,
Yeah.
or I made a joke they don't like, or
Yeah.
something. It's always something, and it's not really my business, but I want to know.
Well, they went in a different direction because they smelled you, and they're like, oh, we got to veer to the left.
My client deliverable, which is my grape-sized hemorrhoid hanging on my mouth.
That's critical.
That's a critical
that's a
key talking point. That's a critical key talking point.
Deliverables. When I heard the word deliverable, asset, and deck, she goes on about like the difference between a deck and an asset and a deliverable.
Oh, I love that one.
I'm
yes.
like, and it's like these are very. I mean, they are. It's like.
But a word does have meaning. Like,
No, it does. They mean something.
if Maybelline contracts you to make a makeup video,
Yeah.
and they want 2 TikToks, a story, and a video.
Those are all the deliverables.
Those are deliverables. I don't know what else you would call them. The
assets.
stuff.
No, assets are the videos in that comprise the Like, asset is an asset is one piece of all the deliverables.
Well, then there's also elements.
Elements of the deck and the assets
Elements.
for the deliverables.
Like, oh, I'm doing a video for them. I'm going to get their elements, which is their like logos and fonts. Girl, it's a whole thing. But you got to use your power for good. You know, I do think it's possible to use these words without sounding like that.
Yes. Well, yeah,
But-
yeah. But it's also, I think, the most important thing is the nonprofit boss serving the rat community, and despite the language barrier,
Despite the language
Yeah.
barrier.
the seeing them crack up together,
The
it's
best,
so funny.
The best is when the nonprofit boss goes, maternity leave. So the answer
Maternity
is
stay.
The answer is yes and not yet.
Well, wait, they have a robust maternity stay program.
Yeah, which
One
is
day.
like, you know, if you need time with your family, remember this is a family, and we can help you here. Basically saying like, bring your newborn to work.
Love. She says put up on you put it on a backpack. You switch your chair so you can be at the office, and then the baby's back there, and you're still typing.
Love.
It's
fierce.
and it's not too removed from the truth.
Not at all, bitch. And you and I are not in danger of being pregnant, not because we're men, but because of our hysterectomies.
Thank you.
But, well, I call nature's hysterectomy, which is making me born male. That was nature
Like
being
nature's
like,
candy.
you're not worthy of being a mother. I mean, you're mothering, but we're not gonna allow you to mother, bitch.
They're hiding nature's candy.
Yeah. I mean, in other countries, I remember in French class in high school, they talked about maternity leave in France.
3 years.
That's what I'm saying. Paternity, I think, is 1 year even.
Yeah. In
France.
Sweden, they have 25 years for maternity leave.
Oh, in Sweden, if you jerk off, you're a father, and you have a pension for life. In America, you could be the octomom, and they would be like, "We'll see you on Zoom at 7 a.m., cunt." You know what I mean?
You gotta. We've flown out a computer. Flew out a computer to the
Flew
hospital.
out to the hospital, to the emergency room. You would be mascara running, legs up, crowning, shitting.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "We need your cameras on."
Yeah, yeah.
Karen, we need your camera on.
Karen, we know you're in pain, but we have some critical keep talking point schedule on the agenda.
Well, what do you think about all these poor kids who went to school during COVID, and it was like cameras on taking math class?
Oh! Did you say math class?
You wish. Math class.
I mean, that would have got us through COVID.
Master's, doctorate, PhD. Is a PhD a doctorate?
PhD is a doctor of philosophy, yes.
What do you think about doctors? What's going on there?
Oh, I've got plenty to say.
I
You
want
ready for this?
doctors with borders.
I want...
You know, like, I think they have too much freedom. You know? You ever go to a doctor's office, make an appointment with your doctor, and you show up, and it's not them? It's an associate or someone else? I'm like, am I a Nikki fan? You know what I mean? I'm like,
am I a doctor fan?
Yeah.
Not pull up with the physician's assistant. Pull
Yeah.
up with the nurse practitioner. Mama,
it's
let me
George Santos.
Let me
He's
tell
like,
you
let's open you
something.
up.
Girl, I gotta tell you something fierce. I gotta tell you something very fierce.
Speak on it.
It's not about a doctor. It's God, you're going to die.
Great.
I have to keep it vague. I have to keep anonymity. Okay.
Right. Dr. Seuss.
A friend of mine, not from LA, recently visited a psychic. No, he didn't visit a psychic. He was
visited by one in the middle of the night.
So a friend recommended this healer, and then so this is how it went down. The healer gave him a phone call.
Okay.
And said, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay down for 45 minutes. You're gonna drink some water. You're gonna, she gave him a little bit of protocol for how the morning should go. And drink plenty of water. You're gonna lay down for 45 minutes. Then I'm gonna call you. During the time you're laying down, I will be receiving messages. I will be assessing your energy from a remote location that you did not disclose at any time whatsoever. Okay? And then, so 45 minutes goes by. I think he fell asleep. He fell asleep a couple times. She calls him 4 times. He finally wakes up and answers the phone. She's like, I think he fell asleep. I'm like, okay, well, I have your information. First she says, there's a lot of tension in your neck. First we're going to go on with energetically what's going on with your body. I saw a lot of tension in your neck. I also spoke with your grandfather. Wanted me to tell you, good job, son. And then I also, I wrote it down on a napkin and I fucking forgot. So it's all out of order. But she also said, you have one person in your life has allowed you to discern dishonest behavior. I was like, Mary, we live in L.A. We live in L.A. Ain't nobody telling the truth here. She also said, there's a hole in your gut, in your stomach. There's a hole, when you were 15, a hole created.
There's a knife in your back, and the blood is dripping down.
There's an egg, crack an egg overhead.
Yeah.
Tight squeeze, cool breeze. Doesn't that give you the chills? No. And she went on and on. You have beautiful feet. You have beautiful feet.
And she charges money.
Oh, I'll get to that in a second. It's in your life, you're like a drop in a pond, and the ripples that emanate from that drop must be good. That's verbatim. She also said, you have many young men who look up to you. She also said, you are a gentle soul. She also said, things are complicated, but they're also very easy. What? It was the vaguest, most bullshittiest.
I would
Scam.
just swing big if I was a fake psychic.
$333.
I don't even like that number.
It's an angel number because guess what? Also, the Archangel Michael visited me and had a message for you. And it went bonk, bonk. No, I don't forget what the message was, but
If I was a fake psychic, by the way, and I don't believe all psychics are fake. I believe in intuition. I believe people feel things and know things. However,
sure.
well, I recently saw Teresa Caputo at the airport.
Are you kidding?
I can't believe I didn't tell you this.
The Long Island medium. You didn't.
I get to Milwaukee. This was around Halloween when I did my gig at my bar.
Oh,
This
sure.
is at Milwaukee, which is doing fabulous, by the way. Stop right in.
Yeah, not bankrupt, not at all.
Not bankrupt. Yeah, they go there. It's just seized. Yeah, no.
Boarded up.
We're doing fine.
Yeah.
We can count on
We're
the gays of
renovating.
Milwaukee to drink.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
that's what we can count on.
Bonk.
I landed at the airport to do my Halloween gig, it's my 8th year doing my Halloween party there.
Come on, 8 years.
And I go, from the back, I go, God, that bitch's hair is wild. It's 613 straw blonde. It's teased out. From the back. It's huge. It looks like she has a
Wig.
Hollywood Boulevard outfitter's wig.
Outfitter's wig.
Not a
No,
nice, an
a ginger
outfitter's
wig on.
on.
Yeah, ginger wig.
I go, that's so crazy. I go, I wonder if that's even all real. What an intense thing to wear at the airport in Milwaukee of all places. I almost would expect it in LA, like a little more of a freak show in LA.
Yeah, sure.
She turns around and I go, you're kidding. I say it out loud, and you know my celebrity problem is that I say their name.
You're like, oh my God, Teresa Caputo, 3 inches from her face.
But you know I can't always remember their name.
Oh no.
So I'm like, Vince Camuto. You know, like
Vince Camuto, the Staten Island psychic.
Yeah. But I just go,
Vince
she turns around and
Camuto.
locks eyes with me, and I go, you're kidding. Like, as she was like, I'm just trying to get my bag. Like, you bald bitch, like, you coming for my hair. Like, and I just went, that can't be her. That can't be her. And I spent the whole day thinking about my own psychic powers. So to see her was like, you know, it was like, you know, it's like if you were playing basketball all day and you ran into LeBron.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, wow. Well, so then later I go, that wasn't her. There's no way that was her. I go by the Riverside Theater that we played, the Paps or whatever, and the marquee says, Milwaukee welcomes Teresa Caputo. I was like, what? She looked like she had a wig on. It was, I respect people who fly in character.
Of course she did have a wig on.
But I guess, I mean,
I know what you mean.
I
know what
respect
you mean.
people who,
It's like Peggy Bundy.
they walk off camera and they walk the walk off camera. Like
Yeah.
Amanda. Amanda flies like that.
I know.
Middle
Or
of
like,
court.
you know who else? People like, fuck.
Andy Milanakis.
Exactly.
In the wild, he always has like cool goggles on. He was like a comedian star in the 2000s.
Carrot
and
Top.
Well,
Not exactly
you
incognito.
can't exactly take that off, can he? I love.
Steven Tyler.
It's not just Carrot Top. I love male comics with drag queen level face work. I fucking
wild.
like I love it, and I have seen
Beat it up.
I have seen comics at Earth Bar. I've seen so many comics at Earth Bar. Male comics from like the 2000s and
Earth
90s.
Bar.
The smoothie place.
Oh, sure.
$18 smoothies.
Oh, $24 now.
Yeah.
After COVID.
Girl. And I have been waiting for my little green goddess or whatever, and you turn the corner, and it is somebody with biceps the size of a watermelon, and the face is
A mahogany tan. Mahogany
Joan
tan.
Rivers from here to
Yeah.
here,
And then Lou Ferrigno from the neck down. It's wild.
with the 18-year-old girlfriend. Love. Live. Live, laugh, and love.
Live, laugh, love, and yeah, and then go to Erewhon or whatever, Earth Bar. So what is it with? Because I have a theory. I have a theory about stand-up comedians. I was talking to my aunt Priscilla, and I was making her laugh. She's like, "You should do stand-up." I was like, "No, I'd never." And
So she said you should do stand-up. You said there's literally a special. Thanks for your support,
no,
bitch.
it's not that special. So I was like, no, and then I got to thinking like, what is it about, you know, because I'm going down the rabbit hole of Louis C.K., Dave Chappelle, yada yada yada. What is it about these aged, mostly male, but I don't think it's just uniquely male comedians who fucking lose it? They lose it. Is it the success? Is it a level of achievement where they're so cushy comfortable that they're not able to access wry observations about life? What is it?
I'll tell you what it is. It's money, of course.
Yeah, but what does that
It's
mean? What does that mean,
the
money?
pookie.
The pookie.
It's several types of pookies, girl.
Talk about it. What do you mean? Like purple pookies? Like what are you talking
Miss
about?
pills, Miss prescription pills.
You really? I feel so
That's
naive.
why everyone gets so weird and bloated too. It's Miss Pill. Miss Pill. Miss Pill.
It's good pill hunting up in there.
Girl. You can go down.
Wait, what?
How am I breaking news to you?
No, I'm shocked. No, I don't believe you. You got to.
Well, I think it's money. I think it's a lot of things. Well, it depends.
Dave Chappelle.
It depends which comics you're talking about, like what happens to them.
Eddie Murphy.
I do think it's money, right? Because you and I, no matter how rich or fancy we got, we are still cross-dressers. Still, half the country hates us, no matter what.
But I'll speak for myself. Girl, I have achieved a level of success that in California is not only not impressive, it's kind of like, I'm like a barely middle class.
Dancing with the Stars. We couldn't even get on Dancing with the Stars.
Honey,
we're not that famous.
Z-Way didn't even want just me. Z-Way didn't even want just me. I was like, excuse your mouth, Mary. I love her,
Little
of
did
course.
she know she got a deal. She got the
Hello.
good one.
Yeah, honey, and then she got Bob separately, together, you know.
Cheers.
Boop, 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 boop.
Did you watch the Z-Way Santos interview?
No, I don't want to give him any of my
It
eyeballs.
chomps. It chomps.
I
It
know.
chomps. It chomps. You're not giving him. You're giving her. You
But
didn't get paid for that.
no, but he gets paid in what I saw a clip where he talks about, like, she's like, why did you get booked? And he's like, stop paying attention to me or something like that. Didn't he say that? I saw a clip on Twitter.
Well,
So I
that's
was like,
the hard thing.
so I was
right?
like,
It's
then I'm not paying attention to that fucking asshole.
hate watching is still supporting, unfortunately. You know
When
what I
is
mean?
she gonna have Bobert on? Too afraid of getting jerked off, Z-Way?
Wait a minute. We have to talk about what happened. Denver. I went into the audience to reenact Bobert,
Yeah, what happened?
and there was that drunk woman.
What did she do? Because I couldn't hear you.
Well, I got up close. Tracy, you remember this? I got up
couldn't hear
close
each
because
other.
I saw a few empty spots, and I thought, great, I'm going to do my little Bobert act. My plan was to
Right,
do something
right.
many drag queens have done, which is to go sit in the audience and with your big wig do this in someone's lap, and everyone
Sure.
laughs. Ha
yeah,
ha
yeah,
ha, highbrow
sex is
comedy.
funny, sex is funny, oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
And also the real humor is that someone would have sex with me. Ha ha ha, you know.
Yeah.
And I go
Yeah.
up there and I see an empty seat, and I go, I'm just going to sit here. And this girl's so drunk. She grabs both, and then she grabs the boa. And I thought, I have to abandon the bit because I can't
Right.
sit next to her
Yeah.
or around her. And apparently she got carried out later. By the way, didn't pay attention.
Booted out of the theater,
I
Bobert
didn't see
style.
it.
She got Boberted.
Yeah.
She got Boberted.
I didn't see it. Do you remember when someone puked on themselves in the front row at Trixie and Katya, and Kelly didn't even notice?
Mama, can I do
Kelly
the
Randall
impression?
didn't
Can I do the
notice.
impression?
Yes.
So you're in the front row.
Okay, I'm doing acting. The person's this close. It was this. And then a trail of puke. You can see the puke down the chest. After the show, you and I were like, I can't believe that person. And Kelly goes, what?
Mama, that's an actor. She's in the moment, she's in the character, she doesn't see the audience. She's
Yeah.
living with fantasy.
What I love about Kelly is a smart woman, but in drag, Kelly's brain cells plummet. Because she steps into that, like,
They just
I'm
burst.
just pretty role.
They disperse, yeah.
And
It's
she's
like,
sort of like, what?
it's like
and then
different
out of
parts of
drag,
the brain.
she's so big brain.
Yeah.
And then in drag, she's a bimbo, which I love.
I mean, that's the, you know, always it's that adage about it takes a real smart woman to play a bimbo, right?
Well,
She's very smart.
that makes us really smart.
Very jealous.
Very jealous.
When was the last time you were jealous? By the way, I gassed you up to my aunt. I talked to my aunt. Talked to my father.
Do you talk to your aunt or your aunt? Because they're different.
I'm so sorry. I talked to my aunt, Priscilla. We're from the East Coast.
Right.
We don't do aunts. And she would slap me on the wrist. But tell me if I'm boring. I just wanted to get this little piece out. This woman is so extraordinary. She was, so when you were born in 58, as she was, you had two choices as a woman in Massachusetts, be a teacher or a nurse.
Her mom.
So my mom was a nurse. She was the teacher. She taught French and
Oh.
Spanish.
Oh, wow.
And then she taught French and Spanish. Then she became vice president, or vice principal. Then she became principal.
She was vice president of the United States.
Yeah, and then and then she moved to Texas. She became a principal, superintendent, and the same thing in California. Mama, she conquered. Superintendent is the one who oversees the educational system of an entire region or state.
Oh, it's the principal of many schools.
It's the administrative head of, in a school district, the superintendent is the high up. I believe, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. You know, you have the principal, then you have the administration.
It sounds
superintendent.
important, but I've never been clear on what it is.
Well, yeah, and also it's when a teacher does it, then she worked up the chain. Like, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger became the governor after having no experience in politics. Crazy. She went all the way up the ladder, conquered East, South, and California. This woman is so fucking smart.
Well, if you want a superintendent, don't you want someone who has all the way down the ladder also taught in classroom?
Yes, and I'm talking
Remember
all
Betsy
grades.
DeVos?
Honey.
Someone who's never even heard of a student loan?
She doesn't even know what students are. She's like, what are these books?
It's a little bit of a throwback, but you want to talk gooning? That video of Miss Elizabeth Warren talking to Betsy DeVos, being like, have you ever taken a student loan? Have you ever gone to a public
I have
college?
not seen this video.
Oh, God! It's
Bert, roll the
She's
clip.
like, has anybody in your family ever had to have financial assistance?
No, she's the wife of a billionaire.
I knew nothing.
Yeah,
And Elizabeth Warren was like, scammers love hearing this. They love hearing someone at your level of power has no idea how the system works.
Yeah.
You can't help anyone. It's like how you can't ask rich people how to save money. If you've never had good work experience,
Actually, well, you can't ask people have inherited wealth.
that's what I mean. People rich their whole life.
Yeah, generational wealth.
Yeah.
Well, we talked about that too. I mean, girl, it's just wow. So she never had children. My aunt Priscilla. She's so fucking cool. She's so fucking smart. Oh my god.
Love the name.
Priscilla, aunt. Sorry, God, I don't know why. I keep
Priscilla and Patricia.
Wow. Number 1 in her class. Catch it.
Wow.
Honey, she had everybody gooped and gagged. She was so comfy.
Wow.
Here.
Love the
You
name.
would love her. You would love her.
Are you fine with Brian?
Yeah, whatever.
I used to not really care for it.
I like the Catholic naming system. Like I like the Russian naming system. You got Lori,
David,
Pat,
John, Luke.
Shelley, Aaliyah, Rose, Brian, Darren, and Ulysses. No, you got just a handful of names. They're not weird.
Priscilla's nice. That's not from the Bible.
No. So my dad, okay, Roman Catholic.
You know the Book of Priscilla.
No, my Roman Catholic. We got Bill, John, James, Gerard, Daniel, Tom, Mary, and then you have Kathy, and then there's another one, Eleanor.
Yeah.
Eleanor. That was.
When I was a kid, did you ever want a different name? When I was a kid, I thought the name Max was so cool.
I wanted Christian or Dominic.
Christian?
Yeah.
It's like a hot 90s name.
I love Christian Slater.
Yeah, Christian from Clueless.
Yes, Christian was gay, right?
Christian was gay.
Yeah, he was a something friend of Dorothy.
Yeah. Your boy Christian is a cake boy.
A
He's a disco dancing, Barbra Streisand ticket holding.
Friend of Dorothy.
And then she goes, I am totally bugging. And then they almost get in the car accident. I know she's not exactly a popular political character, but Stacey Dash in Clueless,
Oh, right.
when she starts screaming, it takes her hands off the wheel and like covers her eyes.
Cunty. Listen,
Leon, when your sinuses are acting up, take out your nose piercing. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, do I have coke here?
So I could really go for a herbal refreshment right now. And then they're like, Ty, are you talking about weed? I always thought it was interesting that these high schoolers like tell her weed isn't cool.
Well, it's like in Romeo and Michelle, it's a whole different paradigm.
Yeah.
Because those are mean,
They're like burnout.
but they're mean nerds. They're mean losers.
They're preppy.
Yeah, like Romeo and Michelle are like not cool, but they hate the nerds.
Yeah, and in Clueless, she's not a nerd, but she's concerned about getting an A. Like, that whole movie's about her getting a good grade.
Yeah, she is. She wants to do good, but it's the entitlement, the riches, but she's not a villain. She's a good person.
Don't even get me started.
But that's
part of what
rare.
makes that movie so good, and True Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Shelley Long should be.
She cares about
She's
those
out of
girls.
touch.
She's out of touch.
Mar Vista, how many boxes are we sending to Mar Vista? She's out of touch because she's born into wealth, but she's doing good.
Were you ever Boy Scout?
Oh, I wish. David Lynch was Girl Scout Montana.
I was always so fucking jealous that Girl Scouts sold these delicious, affordable,
I hated
beautifully
those girls.
packaged cookies.
I hated those girls.
And Boy Scouts sell popcorn. A fucking
Wait a
a
minute.
bag of seeds.
Wait
A
a
bag
minute.
of seeds. Do you want to buy popcorn?
That's fucking lame, bitch. That is lame.
By the way, popcorn is popcorn. Girl Scout cookies are
mean,
like
they're-
a flavor that only come from a
they're
Girl
iconic.
Scout.
They're iconic.
Right.
They're legendary. You know, we had to do at Immaculate Conception School, the Catholic school I went to.
Fuck priest.
No, we talked about that too. Father McLaughlin, ugly as hell, so ugly, droning.
But pulling pussy.
the mystery of faith, Lamb of God. It's like, shut the fuck up. We had
Praise
to sell
him from
chocolate bars.
whom all blessings flow.
Oh yeah! Wow, your songbird sopranos really get tugging at my heartstrings.
believe in God.
Yeah. All rise for the Lamb of whatever.
Peace be with you.
And also with you.
What is it? You know, I'll tell you this.
I'd rather do Latin.
I didn't go to church till I was 19. I went for the first time.
Why?
Because my boyfriend at the time, we went on Christmas with his family.
Okay.
And I had like a smoky eye. I can't believe I went to. I was like in all black with my smoky eye. Like, church is fierce. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Jesus, cunty.
Yeah, honestly, the body slay. Like, and I remember
Christ,
everyone going, and also with you. And if you've never heard that before, you're like, so, we're culting today.
And then you shake hands. Did you have to shake hands?
Good morning.
Terrified.
Good morning. Ugh, get away from me, you bum.
And if you didn't, they do that in AA too, and I was like traumatized from the Catholic Church. I was like, I'm not touching nobody.
I don't think jokes at the expense of the unhoused community is funny. However, have you ever seen the movie Scary Movie?
yes, a long time ago. I don't
There's a
remember.
part where an unhoused person,
Say homeless. They don't.
well,
unhoused
at the 90s, I think they call it homeless.
Yeah, homeless. But it's homeless.
Goes, can I have please, sir? And she goes, oh, get away from me, you bum. And then Anna Faris goes, Buffy, he's hungry. Here's a nice sandwich, sir. And he goes, I was at $1, bitch. And whips the sandwich
I
at
saw
her.
that clip recently. Cunty.
Dude, I recently rewatched House Bunny.
Oh, she's
Anna
she's
Faris
yeah, she's so funny.
Is on her own level.
What about when she goes in in the little Japanese ghost boy? She goes, Hana Yelantra. And he's like, Yamasaki, Benihana. And they just say
They say brands.
They say brands of Japanese
It's like
gibberish back
arigato
and forth.
Motorola.
And they have arigato Motorola Takasaki. It's like it's so stupid and
Those
offensive. It's hysterical.
And Miss Regina,
Miss Regina
Hall,
Oh, is she
who
the one
plays
that gets
Brenda.
stabbed in the theater?
Her best friend Brenda.
I don't remember this
Her
movie very
best
well.
friend Brenda gets stabbed in the theater.
Because she's laughing too hard.
Yes.
Yeah, fierce.
And she's in every movie. I don't know. When you gotta think that, like, Anna Faris had never done movies before, and that was her first, like, real movie. She swings so big.
So big, so broad.
She makes that
It's
movie.
so broad, yeah. She's so silly and like, it's awesome.
It's amazing.
It's
What do you
weird.
think's gonna happen with Scream?
I don't want to be disrespectful. I hate this.
You do.
I hate
The
it.
podcast is over. Have a great day, everybody.
No. Listen, with the, no, you know,
Did you see the new one in New York?
olive and olive oil and oil and water. You know, Ozzy
Sure.
and Harriet, Lucy and
Those things go together.
peanut butter and jelly. No, they're different, but they're complementary. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying. Like, I have an opinion, you have an opinion. That's how we find. That's how we get the audience to argue.
Right.
But I don't like those movies because I want to be jump scares. Get out of here. Go fuck off with the jump scares. I want to be terrified in my bones. Talk to
Did you watch
talk
The
to me.
Passenger?
Oh, is it terrifying? Are there jump scares?
It starts with a... No.
Good.
It starts with a fast food restaurant with a couple employees in the South, and one employee's getting bullied. Another employee just snaps, pulls a gun and shoots every employee there, and takes one hostage, and the whole movie is him hostage to his employee who lost his mind.
That sounds like
It's cunt, and the main guy's so hot. I know main guy isn't helpful, but I never know actor names.
lead actor, the lead character, the main character.
The main girl, I sound so fucking obsessed with trash girl.
No, you're not. It's
The main
So
girl.
you didn't go to NYU Tisch School of the Arts, whatever. Like, but no,
I still call it movies. Everyone else says film.
they say. I thought they said talkie.
No.
A moving
film.
picture.
Film.
Moving picture. A film.
Film. What's that person? John McClane?
John McClane. A feature film.
A film.
I watched the trailer for the Mother's Instinct, starring Jessica Chastain and Anne Hathaway. Honey, sweetie, darling, baby, Tootsie. This. 10 seconds in the trailer, I was crying. I went, tears.
Right.
And then it's like, it could be a stinker. It hasn't come out yet, but it is so compelling.
Trailers tell us nothing,
No,
but they also tell us everything.
Yeah, exactly.
But trailers now tell you the whole plot.
I don't think this trailer suggested a lot, but just enough for me to get I will be seated and lensed at that theater.
Oh, these Scream trailers do everything but unmask the killer. You know how
Yeah.
everyone dies. Like, you know all of
Yeah.
it.
What was the movie that had a big Us. I am so that was a trailer. That was a trailer because when Tim Heidecker and Elizabeth Moss had doubles, that was a gag-areno.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big gag. Because of course the trailer just included the black family with Lupita Nyong'o. When they turned or they got, I was truly gagged. I didn't care for the film very much. It didn't really add up. But it was that was cunty. Elizabeth Moss. I think it's vodka clock. So fierce. Wait. What else? Okay, wait. Have you seen the intro to the movie Beverly Hills Cop 2, where Brigitte Nielsen, serving the most cunt, robs a bank?
No.
Girl?
I've never seen this movie.
Isn't
Isn't that a Chris Farley movie?
No, Eddie Murphy.
I'm thinking of Beverly Hills Ninja. Sorry.
You're thinking of Honky White Grandma.
Sorry.
Honky White Grandma kicks
No, I've
ass.
never seen Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Well, I'm going to show it to you. It's 2 minutes, half minutes long. Not now, of course, but you're not ready for the cunt that gave birth to all cunts that served cunt in the land of Cuntasia. I can't overstate how
Well, I
cunty
love
it
Brigitte
is.
Nielsen, of course.
She walks in, she says, eat the floor! She tells everybody to eat the floor. We're going to use this on my little
I love
exercise
Lyndon
video.
Robbins.
Mama, You're not ready
robbing.
for this.
The beginning of Pulp Fiction.
Hey, Benny, yeah. I'll execute every ass motherfucking Amanda Plummer, legendary.
Yeah.
Dolores, not Needful Things. Remember her in Needful Things?
I'm reading that book right now.
It's a good book. I read it too. It's a great
Really
book.
good.
It's Dolores Claiborne. Fabulous book.
Well, yeah.
Fabulous book.
And also, women gun screaming. The Silk Spectre and Watchmen fake robs the bank.
Oh,
In HBO's Watchmen, fake robs the bank.
It's the movie or the series?
The series. She fake robs the bank to like set up a masked Avenger and catch her. She's in the FBI. But I love women with
Jean
guns.
Smart?
Yes, Jean
Jean-
Smart,
Mama.
robbing a bank.
Jean Smart invented eating.
She did. No one had eaten. People were
It was
starving.
the Irish famine, and then the famine of the Calcutta debacle, and then
Then
Jean
there was a
Smart.
hunger strike.
Exactly. And then the Hunger Games,
yeah.
of course. And then Jean Smart came along and said, "Chomp, chomp, chomp! Everybody, let's eat, let's die."
And it was breaking news, and suddenly grocery stores were invented. Everybody was cooking,
well, grocery stores had been there, just no food in them.
and no one worked there. Nobody. All right. Well, that's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey,
The
you're
nerve of
looking
people.
great. How about that? I'll say it. Yes, I'll say it. You look great.
Thank you.
I'll say it.
Okay. I'll say it. Why do you actually look good?
Wait, not me looking at you and thinking, wow, she's like not disgusting.
It's the not throwing up for me.
It's
By the way,
lack of aspiration of my vomit while looking at you for me.
it's the lack of vomit production for me. By the way, if you're listening to this in the car, I have on a zip-up hoodie that says Red Table Talk.
And we are going to the Red Table. Actually, we are broadcasting live from the Red Table.
Yes.
JPS, honey, it's on. Jada Pinkett
JPS?
Smith.
Oh, I was like, something public schools?
Jama yeah, not actual. I mean, let's not drag her into this, but we are going to the Red Table.
We are going to the Red Table. The executive, director of photography for Trixie Motel season 1 and 2 works on Red Table, and I said, you know, Katya and I talk about the Red Table all the time. And as a wrap gift, he brought me this, and I said, I wasn't sure if you wanted it. I said, am I a Nikki fan?
Am I a Nikki fan?
Pull up in the Sri Lanka. I was like, you don't think I would wear a Red Table Talk hoodie?
Clock the microphone color. What color is she?
If
She's a
you-
red circle.
If you
Red
watch
circle.
if you watch every episode of Bold and Beautiful, there is a red table that's been inching into frame, 1 millimeter at a time.
Mama,
Give it a year.
red-green color blindness. Red-green color blindness. Once you achieve wisdom, that green invisible table will turn red and you'll be gagged.
Totally. Well, when we have other guests, like when I had Kathy and you had Natasha,
Yeah.
that's our Red Table Talk. Because we have someone else, and we're like, so when would the trauma begin?
Well,
you
it's
know?
funny because she was red-headed and I was red-faced because I was so nervous doing with Natasha, and you were so funny. That TikTok of you with the
I got married in Italy.
wait, you do it. I'll do her.
It's like, I got married in Italy. Did I say you copied my wedding? Who's staying at my wedding? Andrea Bocelli. Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
Yeah, she was a great
I don't
guest.
even know the meme. I don't care. It doesn't matter. And then
Oh yeah,
so funny.
classic. Then she went down to.
Memes.
She was making a TikTok in the parking structure of this building. She was in the trash can. She was really giving your tea. She climbed in the trash can, and she was in a red sequin suit.
Kathy Griffin, you've secured a lifelong fan in me, baby.
Kathy Lee Gifford 8.
Kathy Lee Griffin.
Kathy Lee Griffin came down.
Kathy Lee Griffin.
Yeah.
Kathy.
You know, I'm excited for.
Love Kathy.
I'm excited after this because I got 2 6 p.m. tickets to see the fucking Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes new Hunger Games movie, and I'm horny. Guess who's horny, honey? Guess whose pussy's wet, honey, for the new Hunger Games movie, baby. I'm so horny for it. I'm gonna walk in there with a big fucking purple Trimex log. A log.
Duct tape to your leg so it doesn't move.
And then the duct tape's gonna give while I'm trying to get in the seats, and I'm gonna hit someone in the face and go, oh, sorry.
And they're gonna die.
They're gonna die. And the whole time the movie is playing, my dick is gonna be in danger of, if you're having an erection longer than 4 hours, go to the hospital.
Priapism, how do you call it?
Priapism. I do have to, I knew you wouldn't go and I knew you wouldn't care because this movie's almost 3 hours long.
Sweetie.
A YA
Darling.
movie.
Tootsie.
Baby. Honey.
Honey, darling, baby, sweetie, Tootsie. Sweet Home Alabama. Reese Witherspoon.
And I'm gonna say this. I love the Hunger Games. I know this didn't have to be a 3-hour movie. I know it. We all know it. We all know it. Because at 3 hours,
Come to the Red Table.
you better be Titanic.
Sit down.
You better be Gone with the Wind. You gotta earn
Put your
that
hands
3
on the
hours.
Red Table. Feel the Red Table.
Feel the red spell.
Feel the red table.
I wish Jada Pinkett Smith on the Red Table Talk, every episode she had an actress and said, why was your movie so long?
So let's talk about the elephant in the room, the length of your movie.
Thank you. Jada's like, I was in Scream 2. An hour, 30 minutes,
Yeah.
perfect length.
Yeah.
What do you have to say?
Yeah. So justify the
We
I
should have
have
a show
so
where we
many-
just have actors who've been in long movies and we make them explain themselves.
So Marty Scorsese. I actually, you know what? He's the only one I will not come for because guess what? He produces masterpieces. Sorry about it.
Or
Sorry about
Quentin
it.
Tarantino. I've
for the
never
most
felt
part,
like one
yeah.
of his movies was long.
I have not either. There are some exceptions. However, for example, just throwing it out there, not to hate on women, but Portrait of a Lady on Fire, Celine Chimia, I believe. I don't know how to say her name. Sorry. This was heralded as the critics as a perfection, tour de force, a masterpiece of cinema. While every frame was indeed gorgeous, there's still a printout, hang it up on your wall. As a film, boring boots.
Do you like cartoon sleeping? Like,
Honk shoe, me.
Yes,
Honk
yes.
shoe, me. Honk shoe, me.
Yeah.
Red table, come to the table. Put your hands on the table and tell me why that movie was so boring, boots. Also, Todd Haynes' May December, a feature film featuring Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman, out right now in
oh,
theaters.
did you watch it?
I sure did.
Did you live?
I know, I did not, in fact. I did the opposite of live.
The trailer made it seem so promising.
That's the fun thing about trailers. They lie.
They lie! They do lie!
How about
oh,
that?
No.
So we're doing runtime or we're doing trailers at the Red Table Talk?
Because the trailer,
Oh,
which
Mama,
I've
the
seen,
trailer.
the trailer promises it to be. The kids are all right.
The kids are right. We need to talk about Kevin.
Dude, yes,
The fabulous
A little bit.
Freaky
Hand that rocks
Friday.
the cradle.
Oh, I wanted Mama. If you
A little bit.
Mama, if you dangle Miss Rebecca De Mornay, Hand that rocks the cradle in front of me, with there was an inhaler.
A single white female, a little bit.
Mama, all of these things you're mentioning are gripping psychological dramas involving complicated female characters.
Sign me up.
This was nothing of the sort, and I am very familiar with Miss Todd Haynes and her work.
Who's Todd Haynes?
Todd Haynes is a director who has done Far From Heaven, Julianne Moore, like a period piece, like an homage to classic 50s cinema where there's a gay storyline. Like an overwrought melodrama.
Okay.
Stylized. Interesting. He also did Safe with Julianne Moore, which is a complicated, not very... It's a complicated kind of a slog. Interesting, but not pulse-pounding thriller by any means.
Okay.
This movie was fucking boring, bitch.
No.
It sucked. I will say it. Julianne Moore...
And you went in hopeful.
I went in hopeful. I went
Am I a
in.
Nikki fan? Am I a Julianne fan?
Am I a Natalie fan?
Yeah.
Am I pull up in the Annihilation?
Pull up in the Garden State. Julianne?
Girl, pull up in the Boogie Nights. Pull up in the Hannibal.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If there was somebody who was going in, I was rooting for you, we were all rooting for you, it was you.
I was rooting for the three of those motherfuckers. And guess what? The only, and this is so typical, and maybe it speaks to my fucking horrible, stupid, prejudiced experience, but the only saving grace of this fucking film was that when one of the characters was fucking another character and he pulled out, you saw his hard dick. It was a shadow, but it was proportionate, girthy,
James,
long.
what was that?
Yeah, James, what was
What was
that?
that? James.
That was me.
And then at the AMC.
It like, jostled me out of my slumber. I was like, and I was like,
You were almost like,
and then
is this movie so boring that I wished a dick into it? Is that what happened?
could have been rewriting history in real time.
Revisited.
And then it ended, and Mimi,
couldn't
I'm
reconcile.
first. Third in the voting. I could not
believe it.
It just.
They come up to you, it's 1 a.m. at the AMC. The movie ended 2 years ago. You grasped into the fabric.
Yeah,
They
I'm
go,
like,
sir, and you go, oh, it can't be over.
Oh yeah. Also, don't misgender me.
Thank you. You cross your leg. It's a pump. You said, don't misgender me.
A gas.
You know,
Mama, wait, hold on. One last thing. A little button for this movie. Todd Haynes, I got your number, hussy. That's it.
well, I hope I have a different experience at Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Because
Brock saw it today. He said, I think he said Viola 8.
yeah, I'm
down.
normally, listen, when you're an adult, I'm 34, when you go to see a YA thing,
You're a groomer.
Well, I don't want it to be Twilight, but even when I watched Twilight, I was like, this isn't for me.
Okay.
I'm just going to watch it through the lens of it's not
But
for
that's
me.
a bad movie. Young
Right.
people.
Hunger Games is great.
Movies geared towards younger people do not mean bad. They don't have to be watered down or you know, it doesn't have to be a fucking X-rated slasher movie to be like good.
Right.
Although Thanksgiving was lit.
Well, some YA things are. I was just watching. Okay, I just watched Home Alone again, and I went, David, this movie is impressive because even though the primary character is a kid, and the whole movie's through the lens of a kid, as an adult, I don't feel like I'm watching a kid's movie.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And then the Hunger Games movies, it did feel like a YA story, but as an adult, you're invested. It's a story about a family.
It's also about like there's a lot of big themes going on, right?
The metaphors of like capitalism and eat or be eaten, or like, you know, the
it's
corrupt
like the Running
power.
Man. The Running Man. You ever seen that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger? The old 80s movie, The Running Man?
Yes.
Fucking beer.
Well, it made me think, and it also, it's sort of,
like crack open
anything like Battle Royale, Squid Game, anything that's the themes of like people,
Lord of the Flies, not
dog eat dog shit, love, Yellow Jackets, where it's like, you know, internal cannibalization.
Yeah.
But I watched something called the Squid Game game. Okay, do you remember June Squibb Games? Okay,
June Squibb.
So there's June Squibb Games, and now there's a show that is a competition show
It's just the
where
squid.
they pretend to be, they're in the tracksuits, they're playing red light, green light, but they don't get shot.
James.
They have a device that goes off and black fluid shoots out of their chest, and they fall. These are not actors. They fall down dead. But they're not good actors. So like, it's like the the red light, green light, and some of them, if they die, their chest thing goes off, and instead of an award-winning like actor going for it, it's like your Aunt Stephanie.
Yeah.
Her thing goes off, and she's like,
Oh crap! I gotta die
lay
now.
down. But then some of them are invested. Some of them, as they die, they're crying like they're dying
Community
for real.
theater. It's community theater, Mary. It's community
The
theater.
Crucible.
The community
Les
theater
Miserables.
presents. It's Waiting for Guffman.
But I also thought,
Corky St. Clair.
if this series was about like being critical of systems that are about people reaching for money because the systems keep them down, we're actually now watching people compete for money. It felt anti the message of the show.
Yeah, it's also like, okay, this late capitalist satire. Now we're going to make another version. Yeah, I know.
Not so
but
late.
now we're going to make a late capitalist. We're going to make a version of it that defeats. Oh my God!
Like, and they're like asking the contestants, like, what would you do with the money? Because they win $4.86 million, the most money ever awarded on reality TV.
Oh, so
That's
it's
what they're playing for.
so it's not okay.
Which, by the way, I looked it up. The government, it counts as lottery winnings. 40% of that is 1.6. The government would take $1.6 million of that. Get into that.
Which government? Korean or U.S.?
The Republic of Chad.
Chad.
Not the country, just a bunch of like uppity blonde white guys. Chad.
Just redheads with real bad personalities.
But you're right. It's a critique on like late stage capitalism. But then we're watching
it's a damning critique, and then now we're just playing.
And in the interviews, they're like, well, my dream with this money would be to pay off my house. I mean, is that even a realistic dream? And I'm like, so by dystopian future, we meant 18 months from now.
Utopian future.
Yeah, we meant soon. Today's episode of Bald and the Beautiful is brought to you by BetterHelp. Listen, it's the end of the year. I know people who are losing their jobs. I know people who are splitting time with their children. I know people who just the weather change, I'm telling you, in Los Angeles, even the hour time change, I feel like has everybody in a bad spot. This time of year can be a lot, and it's natural to have sadness or anxiety about it, but adding something new and positive to your life can counteract some of those feelings. Therapy can be a bright spot amid everything. I know for me, that day of the week where I have my BetterHelp appointment, I look forward to just being able to release pressure on a lot of things and just unload on my poor, suspecting counselor, because he knows who I am by now. I've used BetterHelp on my computer, my phone, my iPad. I have used BetterHelp, and what I also like about it, let's say you're somewhere where you can't necessarily do video, you can just do a phone appointment. Some days you could even opt for just like IMs. Like if I was on a plane somewhere, I could do a BetterHelp appointment just being able to message using the plane's Wi-Fi, and that makes me feel secure. I benefited from therapy just because it's amazing sometimes how extreme things feel, and then when they come out, they don't feel so crazy. And then sometimes things that sound like no big deal, I say them out loud to someone, I'm like, no. I'm allowed to feel that was weird, because that was weird, or that was hard, or that was crossing a boundary. I'm telling you, getting it out of your mouth and into somebody else's ears and having them sometimes even rephrase it back to you puts it all in perspective. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's totally online, it's convenient, it's flexible, and it's suited to your schedule. I have never had the same appointment time twice. And that's what works for me because I have a busy schedule. You guys know I have 45 careers. I have taken BetterHelp appointments at my condo in Milwaukee, at my studio in LA, at my house in LA. I've even taken one from the makeup company once in the office. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist and switch at any time for no reason and no charge. In the season of giving, give yourself what you need with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/bald today and get 10% off your first month. I know the code works because I used it. BetterHelp, HELP.com/bald. Was Squid Game a trailer for this?
There you go. Back to trailers. Fucking A, bitch. The fake, I don't know if you remember the double feature talking about long run times. I didn't see it as a double feature. No, I did. I saw Death Proof and Planet Terror in the theater.
Me too.
Oh, you did. So you definitely saw the trailer for it, Thanksgiving.
Yes.
The fake trailer for it. White meat, dark meat, all will be carved.
Yes.
This Thanksgiving. You'll go home.
Thanksgiving.
In a body bag. No, Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
It was just called Thanksgiving. Remember, it had famously had the girl jumping on the trampoline, doing the split
With the
spread
knife
eagle,
in
and the
the
knife going in the
pussy.
pussy. You'll go home in a body bag. It was like that like very funny low voice. It's like that low drony voice.
Like budget
this Thanksgiving
movie.
You'll go home in a body bag.
Uh-huh.
Obsessed. Of course, cut to what? I don't know. 10 years later.
Yeah.
Eli Roth makes the fucking movie. I am so pumped up. I see no promotion for it except a billboard on Sunset. No promotion. I was like, this can't be real. I guess it's real. Addison fucking Rae.
The one from
Excuse me.
He's All That?
Yes, the young woman, the TikToker from He's All That, honey, ate her dinner in this film.
Really?
I didn't even know it was her. I'm sorry, I rescind everything.
We did not live for
No, we
He's
did
All
not live
That.
for her. But guess what? At first you don't succeed. Try and try again. And this young lady sure did arrive at that table and went chomp chomp.
Then she got up on top of it and expelled her bowel.
And then she went over to the other plate and said, ooh, not eating that, chomp. She went over to the other side, chomp. She said, no leftovers, because I chomp, chomp, chomp.
One of those baby dolls that was recalled for eating kids' hair, just eating the hair all the way to the scalp.
I can't even be 100% clear on which character she was. That's how good she was. And she ate. I'm sorry about it. I don't care if anybody has a different opinion. She was...
I trust you.
I was not a fan of He's All That or She's All That or whatever the fuck that was on Netflix. But you know what? This movie was so...
Well, we don't exactly get shown
the creme de la creme of things.
We're not tweeting like
Martin Scorsese's new Irish
yeah,
really
seated for No Country for Old Men. Seated.
Girl, I would be seated and gooning and stapping to that one.
You love when people tweet seated for blank the movie?
I do. And I like also lensed by.
Lensed by. Lensed by.
Seated by and lensed for.
Yes.
But
I'm seated and I'm lensed and I'm horny.
Yeah. Okay. Horny Holland.
Horny Holland.
Seated for the Irishman. But I have a question for you. I want you to think about this. So the Thanksgiving, not to give anything away, was an incredible slasher film with incredible, gory, nasty, creative, unique kills. One more exciting than the next. Obviously by Eli Roth, who's a horror aficionado because he knows what you're expecting. He does something else.
What other things does he make?
Hostel.
Oh, okay.
You know, he was actor in Inglourious Bastards. He was the bear Jew, the Jew bear or whatever. Anyway, he's done a lot of stuff.
Oh, the Jew bear.
Yeah. Hot, Mary. Hot, honey.
Oh, he was also in Death Proof. Remember, he's in the scene where he's like, we're going to get him a little drunker and take him home.
Oh, yes.
He's hot.
Two-hander.
With big eyebrows.
I'm a two-hander. Can't reach the...
Soup can.
Yeah, soup kitchen time.
Yeah.
Slurp at the soup kitchen.
Monster energy drink.
Honey,
Those
two
big,
of them.
thick long cans. Double barrel.
Honey, it's pipes.
Girl, it's a can of gasoline. That big red square with the yellow tube.
It's the tube at the bank, honey.
Baby doll. Baby.
It's
an oil tanker. It's a rig.
It's a rig in the middle of the ocean.
It's a 16-wheeler in the middle of the ocean.
Okay, we don't know. We're speculating. But
we know.
What we do know is that...
Sometimes you just know. That's like when people are like, well, then when people are like, he took out his dick and I was surprised by its smallness or bigness.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't you read vibes? Don't you have X-ray psychic?
Oh, see,
I'm usually pretty right about that stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't care either way.
Right.
Give me your giant, massive Godzilla dick. Give me your baby dick. I don't care. I don't care.
Said the groomer. Said the groomer. No, but listen. So this is. This movie was so bloody, so nasty, so awesome, so thrilling, and a pretty clear-cut, thrilling revenge tale, which was so. I need a lack in my horror movies nowadays. I need a revenge fantasy that has good guys and bad guys and no ambiguity. There's too much going on in the world right now for me for there to
you
be
need pirates and Peter Pan.
I know that's even too much. I need like you killed my family, so I'm gonna kill you now. That's it.
Right.
Like, I just need. Okay, this person was wronged. Rightly, they're going to get their just desserts. Whatever. That's what I need. This is kind of pretty much what you get. Also with Saw 10, that's exactly what you got. But it's complicated anyway. So, I just wish that instead of all of the ways that we depict violence, represent violence in the juiciest, goriest, nastiest way, if we did that with sex. Mainstream. I'm not talking about porn. Of course we've done that. But that's private, personal. I'm talking about mainstream representation. I know, but what?
But Mary, you know that.
What?
There's discourse now about how if there's sex in movies, it shouldn't be there.
So that is exactly what I'm saying. But we have no problem. There's no. I couldn't help but wonder. Well, I'm clacking at my laptop in 1996, a la Carrie Bradshaw. Well, I couldn't help but wonder, why is there no discourse about the dumpster that sawed off a woman's body in half, and then her lower half was placed on the spike of a front of a store, vagina slammed onto the spike for everybody to see. That's okay? But I can't see some titties? My children can't see some titties? The same titties that they sucked on to get their life-nourishing milk when they were young, or they would have died? Huh. Red table talk.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I get it.
Like,
But I also think
what the fuck?
I think any amount of censorship is stupid. Like in movies, the fact that on TV we even bleep an F word, you think I don't know at a 5-year-old? You don't think I know that they're saying fuck?
I know.
You think I don't know that?
But words are words, though. Words are arbitrary. These breaths are real, and they're part of life. But that we don't want that axe into that person's head. That's something we don't want. We do want breasts. We want breasts to get sucked on and licked and rubbed on and whatever and felt up and all that kind of stuff. And whatever of all shapes.
I think people think that
we want women to squirt.
I think people think that if a kid sees boobs or something, I don't know what will happen. I don't know what will happen.
Guess what? They see them. They see them when they breastfeed from their mama's titties, ho.
Yeah, they're like, I just saw them.
Mama, they saw them and they sucked on them. And what?
Think about that. If you're like a young straight guy, the first time you put a titty in your mouth, you're like, oh my god, this is my first time sucking on a titty. No, it isn't. The first one's your mom, bitch.
Mama, yeah. Talk about that, red table.
Girl.
Jada,
you were riding on her back, she threw it over her shoulder, and you sucked on it like it was a camel backpack.
Bam. The remix.
Long, stringy titties.
But so I was like thinking about like all this creativity, all of this, the cinematic tradition, because it goes. I mean, you know, we've been doing it for almost 100 years of violence in movies, and like there's a creativity, there's a reinvention, there's such an ingenuity and inventiveness with it, how to depict it, how to represent it. If we had been doing that with sex rather than violence, Mama, not only would we have been liberated, but there would be no war. There'd be no war. It would just be a race to see, hey, how fucking, I bet I can squirt more than you can, bitch. And you're like, oh, you think so, Deborah? I'm like, yes, Diane, I do. Fill up, get a couple of empty jars. It's squirting time.
And people are like, this is stepmom.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Why
No,
is
this
this
is Stepmom
happening?
Part 3.
This is
Stepmom Part 3,
Beethoven.
the remix. This is Waterworld.
Yeah.
Honey, not Kevin Costner. Susan Sarandon. Mad Max Fury River.
I was watching some straight porn, and one of the scenarios I scrolled across was Granny picks up unhoused teen and teaches him how to have sex.
Let's take a break.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I folded my dick up like origami and I put it away in the sock drawer. I said, we're
letter
done.
to daddy. We're writing
Shit's
a
all
letter.
wild. Girl, like, I know
Message
in
in a
gay
bottle.
world we do falsum, we do piss in the face, whatever. But straight people,
Girls.
woo! Like straight people, the scenarios where it's like stepmom, but my granddaughter just got home.
It's
right
lo-fi
when my-
beats. It's lo-fi beats. It's lo-fi beats. It's lo-fi beats.
Yeah, getting put under at the dentist when right before he reaches his hand down
Yeah,
my
yeah,
pussy.
yeah.
My ex comes in
Yeah.
and they get in a fight in fucking front of me.
It's
like
the detective. It's the footage, the CCTV footage sent to Italy of me getting assaulted at the dentist
Yeah.
because Hannibal Lecter was in the area at the time.
sponsored by CapCut. Vertical.
Yeah, vertical.
Vertical
in,
video.
In backwards.
Yeah. So I have to tell you about something that happened. I told you a little bit on the phone.
Wait, I'm gonna check my notes too because I made notes. I did make notes.
I did something so horrible. Thank you. I've been taking notes too because even I'm disappointed in us. Like,
Wait, these are from. Oh no, these are from the show. Hold on. Oh, Cole Escola's Our Home Out West.
oh, I haven't watched it yet.
Mama, let me get ready. Take a big sip and get ready to prick those ears up because I'm going on a diatribe.
But tell me.
We get Thanksgiving, so I hosted at my house. You did not show up. It's fine.
I did something really underhanded, which was to go be with my family. And that was wrong of me. I'm sorry.
And I'm never gonna forget it.
You're like, what about your chosen family?
I will forgive you, but I'll never forget it. No. So Andrew and I, it's hard to pin me down. When I have guests over, I love to wander. I love to wiggle. I love to be alone. I love to just like, no, because it's like
you guys are coming over. Thanks for coming over. Anyway, have a great night. And you just go to your room and close the door.
no, I don't close the door, but I kind of wander. You know what I mean? I go up, down. I'm all
You're in
around.
the shower.
I did take a shower. I did take a shower. I was in the shower while guests arrived.
Love.
I came out wet with the towel. I was like, Christine! So anyways, Andrew literally had to...
Christine, you're like, he's like, my name's Andrew.
That's Eric. Andrew literally had to, he had to do everything but go grab me by the ear and sit me down in the thing to turn on Cole's thing. And I know Cole is great.
Well, you're an entertainer, but you're not necessarily an entertainer.
I'm not an I'm hard to be entertained.
Well, you're not Martha Stewart.
Oh, am I a Nikki fan? I mean, am I a Martha
You're
fan?
Patrick Stewart.
Am I a Martha fan? Actually, Mama, ask me if I can fold a fitted sheet. Ask me.
Can you fold a fitted
Yes,
sheet?
I sure the fuck can. Exactly the way Martha Stewart cannot. She humiliated this woman on her show. Watch it. Look it up. Fold fitted sheet. Martha Stewart. She had an expert who could do it, and then she had a guest from the audience who couldn't do it, and she humiliated this woman. She humiliated this woman. It's like, look at you. It was fierce. But Martha couldn't do it.
She couldn't do it either?
No, of course she didn't. Of course she didn't. Fucking bitch. Love her.
Glass
Love.
houses.
Honey, Snoop Doggy Dogg.
If you're gonna read people, you better come in there and it better be a paper crane. It better be
Mama,
perfect.
You don't even do that. You say, this is my fitted sheet. You pull it out from under the thing.
I folded
You know
it
what I mean?
earlier before you guys got here.
Exactly. It's like, my souffle was made just this morning.
Today's episode is brought to you by Rakuten, the most rewarding way to shop and save because our members earn cash back on everything they buy. Rakuten is a shopping platform that partners with over 3,700 stores across every category: beauty, clothing, electronics, home, department stores, pets, anything you would already be shopping for at your favorite stores. Why not doing it while saving a little bit? It's a no-brainer. Sephora, Macy's, Ulta, Nike. I mean, I run through my running shoes. Like, I'm very faithful about replacing them. Expedia, Best Buy. You know, Dave and I just bought a home, Best Buy. Like, we end up buying a lot of stuff from Best Buy. What I love about Rakuten is there's just some boring stuff that I'm probably like setting powder, makeup wipes. There's beauty stuff that it's not exactly fun to shop for. I buy it over and over and over again. Why not save a little money? You can shop through Rakuten for everyone on your gift list this season. Earn cash back on clothing, for clothes, people, fashionistas, toys and games for kids, electronics for your, honestly, I shop for myself. I'm a tech person. Kitchen and home essentials for hosting. I mean, if you're already shopping for this stuff, why not get a little cash back? Get cash back at over 3,700 stores across every category. For me, if you ever catch me running, I'm a Nike person. I love being able to just look for deals at Nike. Start all your shopping trips at Rakuten.com or get the Rakuten app to start saving today. Your cash back really adds up. Thank you again to Rakuten for sponsoring today's episode.
Anyways, long story short, Cole Escola's Our Home Out West, a 30-minute masterpiece.
I can't wait to see it.
It's every single second is beautiful, fabulous, funny, poignant. Actually, I mean, I almost cried, Mary.
He's amazing.
She's a genius. And Macy Rodman, I'm not going to give it away. Macy Rodman is featured as a whore, and she says, well, they need more girls who know how to felch without throwing up. And then she goes, wait. Her line delivery is just like, that's amazing. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to see it. The cover art.
Honey.
First of all, I know it's supposed to be funny. He looks beautiful.
The nerve of her.
She looks
You,
beautiful.
I'm talking to you, Cola Scola. The nerve of you to put on lipstick, and that's it.
And look great.
Not
Like,
great. Not great. Gorgeous.
Right.
I don't think a
Those
razor
blue
has,
eyes.
Mama, I don't think a razor has ever touched that skin.
She has like a demi lash on the cover. Like it's like nothing.
Demi lash.
Like lashes, like baby individual lashes.
I don't think she even has lashes on. She's got a pencil thin brow. She's got maybe half, like she's got bare minerals, a little bit of blusher, a red lip, and the cunt that she serves is so fucking. She comes out in this red dress and then a pink gauzy scarf, and I'm like, every faggot in the room was like, like it was so cunty, and it's just so funny. Amy Sedaris is in it. It's just perfection. It's perfection. It's perfect.
Where's it available?
YouTube.
Oh, for free. Watch it on YouTube for free, people.
Mimi, I'm first, third in the voting. I could not believe it.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, I don't want to gas it up so
in
much.
the time of Disney Plus being about $75.99 a week.
And guess what? Guess what rated it is? PG. Wow. I think.
They say Felch and it's PG.
What's Felch mean?
We don't know.
Exactly.
The government doesn't tell us.
But they don't say fucked. I don't think. Oh my God. There's a moment where this guy has a.
What's the premise?
Our home out west. So I'm not even gonna tell you.
Okay, I'm gonna watch.
It's a western. It's a western.
Okay, that's all you need to know, right?
Yeah, it's a western. It's a beautiful, and it's a child. It's just. Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. It's so good, and it's actually there's a moment where she's teaching a lesson to this young boy, and it's done in a way that it is so beautifully poignant, and this is a extremely funny satire that is like so many layers of comedy, slapstick, absurd, bizarre. Dirty, pouty mouth, double entendres, triple entendres, whatever. And then it has this moment of sincerity where she teaches a boy why some people are intolerant. And it's like dab, and then boom, you can't cry because there's another joke. It's fucking fierce. I loved it so much.
In 30 minutes, we love short.
Sweetie,
we love short.
30, gorgeous, perfect.
If I edited the Titanic, it would have been 25 minutes.
22 with the commercials. 22 with commercials, sitcom.
Totally.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God,
22 and a half.
iceberg, and then we go,
Oh. You would go to a commercial break, and they would be just getting on the ship, and after commercial break, they'd be floating on the door.
Yeah, no,
And you'd
she would, the old woman would just go.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would like to recap something that occurred a couple weeks ago, which is I was waiting outside my therapist's house, and I had to pee so bad. I had to pee so bad. I wasn't sure I wanted to share this story, but I was thinking about it today, and I was like,
No.
Don't share the story.
No. You need to write. No, this needs to be. No.
We're taking our headphones off for. We can still hear you. We're not off the air because you took off the headphones.
If I can hear it, nobody can. You have to do this. Right? It's too good.
Okay, well then, you know what? Maybe some other point for the Patreon. Not that we have one.
I'm gonna let the listeners that know at home that I heard this story on the telephone.
I called you because you're the only person. I hope you take this the right way.
I know
went,
exactly.
Who can I tell that has been through something worse?
E.T. Right
and
here.
I called you, and what I had done was so
flagrantly bizarre
and so sex offendery, but without being.
It was so John Waters-ish.
It was so genitals in public.
It was John Waters-esque.
Yes,
like
yes,
this is part of a John Waters movie.
And because of the nature of it, I had to be so casual while it was happening. Like from the neck up, you would think I was daydreaming, but there was other stuff going on.
It was Lynchian. It was it was David Lynch and John Waters, and then you.
It was Waterworld.
Don't give it away.
Okay, I'll tell later.
Because you know why? This is going to be the cold open of a film, a feature film. And I don't care if you write it or I write it or somebody else write it. It's brilliant. It is going. You can't tell the story. Promise.
I'll just say that it ends with David asking me, "Why is there a huge hole in your underwear?"
Okay,
and
perfect.
I said,
Perfect.
"I don't
Leave
know."
it at that. Leave it at that.
I just said, "I don't know."
Leave it at that.
He doesn't know. The Secret Life of Pets.
Mama, the divine secrets of the Pee-Pee Sisterhood. Okay, next topic.
I have to tell you about this. Do you know about, there's a TikTok thing going around.
So I don't know anything about TikTok, I'm
so
sorry.
Apparently, straight guys
Oh God, here we
spend
go.
a lot of time thinking about the Roman Empire. There's been a trend of girls going for their boyfriends, hey, just casually, do you ever think about the Roman Empire? And the straight girls are going, All the time. That's so funny you say that all the time. Apparently straight guys think about it a lot. They walk into a room with like a pillar and they're like, Roman Empire. They walk into a room with a bath, they're like, oh my god, Roman bath. Straight guys are obsessed with the Roman Empire. Why?
I don't believe this for a second. But
You
here's why.
don't?
Here's why. So I'm not to be a cynic, and I'm not trying to know but you. Honestly, I don't trust anything from online.
Oh, like TikTok
okay,
reporting.
boomer. Yes, only because I know that. I know from personal experience that my social media, my curated social media reality, has no bearing whatsoever, proportionally to reality itself. So whatever the algorithm, whatever, the algorithm, blah, 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 of whatever social media platform is feeding me, curating for me, I intrinsically know to, or I intuitively know to mistrust, not trust that. Because it's, all I need is 3 instances, and it's a confirmed, not only a fact, it's a commandment in the Bible. Do you know what I mean? Like,
No.
If I see 3 things, 3 rumors online,
It's true now.
Oh, mama, it's not only true, it's like, it was like you with Oprah. You were next to Oprah, then you were on top of Oprah,
Right.
and then you were fucking Oprah, and now you and Oprah were married. It's
Right.
That's the whole thing. I don't need a lot to help me convince me of untruths or false truths or whatever.
Well, the other thing people are saying on TikTok, I guess there's a movement that Margot Robbie's just mid, looks-wise, which is so fascinating and crazy and incredible and wild. So it's like people on a green screen being like, everybody says she's pretty, but actually she's really mid, and here's why.
Come, because the only thing she's
Midstream.
mid is
Ropes.
ropes. She's
Ropes.
mid.
Nerds ropes.
She's in the middle of a stream of cum flowing from every single person's pussy and dick.
And it. And those without genitals. There's cum everywhere.
Asexuals are gagged by her.
People with vasectomies
Thank you.
come watching her.
Well, people with vasectomies do come. They just don't have any swimmers.
There's still cum that come though?
Yeah.
I thought nothing came out.
No,
I didn't know that.
No, that would be
You still
a
come?
that would be a castrato. Like if you take your balls off.
I thought when you had a vasectomy, nothing came out.
No, you just vasectomy is just no more swimmers. No, you can't get somebody pregnant.
Oh, my grandpa
reversible.
called it shooting blanks.
Exactly, but you're still shooting.
Vasectomies are reversible?
Honey, sweetie, darling, here's my theory. Here's, if I were the president, okay, Madam President, I would do this. No more drive. Okay, cars illegal. Number 1. We would ramp up. We'd use all the money from the Defense Department to do trains. Mama, the fiercest trains you've ever seen in your life. 3, no more driver's license. Instead, we would have every man not circumcised at birth, vasectomied at birth, and then upon 18 or 21 or whatever age the ovary having health secretary decides, they can reverse that after taking a long battery of tests and showing proof of income and a 5-year plan to raise the child.
Well,
Does that sound like fascism?
I don't think
It's just a rough rubric. It's just an outline.
it's a slippery slope of like body autonomy. Except men, fuck you and your dick. It's a
But mama, I think we gotta reverse the curse. I think a little revenge is in order. If we're talking like fantasy utopias.
you know what? They pierce babies' ears at the hospital.
Mama.
Might as well do the vasectomy.
Sweetie,
Circumcision in general. What are we doing?
I'll tell you what we're doing.
What are
we're
we doing?
chopping, we're mutilating little boys' penises.
Why?
Because that's
Why?
I would invite the listening audience to Google it and do their own little research because
I'm not saying is it right or wrong. I'm saying
it's wrong. I'm saying it's
why
wrong.
did it start?
Well,
Whose idea was
honey,
this?
it's a long history. Okay, it's much too complicated for us as comedian fools to get into. But I do encourage people to do their own research and then have a discussion among themselves, because not only is it baby genital mutilation, I mean, that's what it is. We're mutilating. I mean, I was circumcised. I wish I wasn't.
What?
We don't have to answer that question. We just need to move on because it's way too complicated.
Okay.
It basically so that my
I'm
little...
gonna do some. I'm gonna
Yeah,
look
I
into
encourage
it.
you to do it.
I'm
Because
gonna do what we would do. I'm gonna do.
What the girl
I'm
shoulda
gonna
did?
read a couple articles
And
and then
then-
become an oppressively informed expert about that.
and then you'll be any person you talk to be like, did you know that I know some facts you definitely don't know about? Well, I'm going to spit in your ear
if
for
I'm
20
anywhere,
minutes.
if someone says circumcised, and I'm gonna go, actually, what do real? Like it's gonna be. People are gonna want me around even less than they do now. My other thing I wanted to bring up was, I found it on the internet that a lot of people's hamsters,
Have gone up Richard Gere's ass?
no,
Okay.
they hibernate. In the winter, they hibernate. And a lot of people don't know that. And so their hamster.
They're throwing away
think it's
dead-
dead
they're
and they
throwing away
throw it
sleeping.
away while it's sleeping in the winter.
Oh, that's sad.
So this is just a PSA. If you have a hamster, know that they might hibernate, and just because they're not moving, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't throw the hamster out with the winter.
On the same topic, you know what my hamsters did? You know what I saw with my own two very fucking
They eat each
young
other.
eyes? Mama, that mother ate those children up. Ate those red little babies up. Chomp,
They
chomp,
do it.
chomp.
Especially if you touch them
With a
before they're.
nice Chianti.
If
and
you
some
touch
fava
the,
beans.
the pink babies before they've grown a little bit, the mom will eat them.
Don't touch the pink or they'll end up in the stink.
Yeah. Or like birds. Birds will just lay eggs hormonally, and sometimes they'll get egg bound where they have an egg and it won't come out, and they have basically like horrible stomach aches and die.
Mama, that's the 222. Eggs, French toast, and bacon at the Beachwood Cafe.
Yeah.
So, birds, Mary, I'm up at my perch, right, on the 3rd level. I'm up there gooning, sunset-wise, sunrise, whatever, you know. Birds up there, sweetie, the bird watching, the ornithology taking
The
place. up in
owls.
the-
We were up there and it was like,
It's literally a cartoon. Oot.
with a
It's
crisp
like,
T.
it's like, my name is Robert, I'm hiding in a tree, and I'm doing an impression of an owl.
Yeah. Hoot. Hi, my name's Robert. I'm 36 years old. I'm reading for the role of owl.
The owl in the owl series.
No, it was even more like, honestly, who? It was like not
a
convincing.
human inflection. Like
You're
it was
gonna turn
crazy.
on you're gonna turn on floodlight back there and see some guy up there.
It's gonna be a hereditary out there. Some naked man holding his weenie going, oot.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But hawks, Gary. Hawks and eagles up there.
Scary.
Impressive. Awe-inspiring. I'm talking wingspans at least. I think I'd be this big. Wow. Because they're in the distance over by Runyon.
And you can see them full size. So you're like,
I see them like in the distance this big. I'm like, Mama, that's a big fucking bird.
yeah, bitch.
And she is just
Like a quarter mile away, and they look that big.
honey.
Yeah.
They look just as big as airplanes from Burbank Airport.
Yeah.
It's like it's truly gaggable. And I'm watching them and I'm like, oh my god, this is the most beautiful thing in the world. I would to be an apex predator bird up there with not only X-ray vision but vision so piercing that you can like see just hundreds and hundreds of feet down and then just swoop down using wind power, just catching the glide and then snatch and then it's so cunty.
And
It's
they'll all
so
live on.
cunty.
They're flying up there like, y'all are fucking your planet up.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
still
like,
be here.
They're like, Mama, we were doing different stratospheres up here.
Totally.
Different oxygen levels.
I know.
Mama, we're traveling south.
You know
we're
those big
with
ones
no
swoop
birds.
down and steal people's dogs in LA.
I know.
Chihuahuas and stuff.
Little babies too. My
Well,
raised by wolves. And
I would say we're towards the end here. I would say come see us live, but our ticket sales are like 99%. So obviously y'all already know that. So thank you very much.
It's so tough, you know, in this trying. I'm not gonna be smarmy about it.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah, I am.
The fact that we are going out, we don't have to promote it all. I'm just like,
It's-
all right, see
thank
you
you.
hordes there.
I know, and also let's not get it twisted. Those last two shows in New Orleans and Houston, probably best.
So fun.
So fucking fun. So fucking fun.
Well, we've been telling stories. Now that what you guys, the live pods, when we're not recording, we tell stories out of school.
Out of pocket.
Out
we're
of
100% out of pocket. We got both pockets out. It's red. The red stage.
I'll probably
the
tell
stage
that
is red.
story.
Yeah. I won't let you. I won't let you. I'll be the red muzzle talk. But it was. I got in the bathtub after that, and I was like, not only do I love my life, am I a Nicki fan? I was just like so filled with gratitude. I almost drowned in the tub twice.
I was until we arrived at 1:30 and I couldn't check in until 4:30.
That's tough.
My
That's
gratitude
tough.
came to a screeching halt.
Oh my God! I didn't tell about my Well, stay tuned for the next episode where I will discuss the fact that I got a massage by a man with a silicone dick.